be boxing. Who wanted the battle? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rough for stepping for the title and facial rival. This ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
What I'd say is this, murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get, you know how us Ohio niggas get down, nigga? Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo?
Yeah.
Columbus, Akron, Cleveland, Springfield, Dayton, Youngstown. What's up, y'all? Cincinnati, too. I forget about you. You know I love y'all niggas. What I'd
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BDO Boxing, man, aka the king of the YTBC, aka the voice of boxing, man. So we here, man. We talking about, big fight coming up. We got King Ryan versus Devin the American Dream Haney. Big fight. It's been a lot of talk, man. It's been a lot of talk. A lot of talk out there is Ryan crazy or is Ryan crazy like a fox? I would say, you know what? I'm not sure if Ryan's crazy, but I will say this. I think Ryan is really playing his hand brilliantly because you see him on TMZ, you see him all over the news, and it's like Ryan never got this kind of attention before. To be honest with you, if he can leverage this correctly, he can become the biggest star in boxing. Yes, BBO Boxing said it first. It could be the biggest star in boxing, man. And you say, why you say that? I say that because these kind of antics, man, are what they make stars out of. If you remember Robert Downey Jr. back in the 90s going to jail, getting the same type of thing. So, I don't know. Shoot to my man Prize. What's going on, man? How you feeling? I think my man Prize, I think he sleep. But like I was saying, I think it's just a great look for Ryan to do what he's doing. It's a little bit crazy, yeah, but you know what? Without no risk, there's no reward. So I think personally, this would be an opportunity for Ryan to really, really, really take himself to the next level as a boxer because, hey, man, there's no stopping him. It's him versus him. I mean, say what you want. We all know Devin Haney is one of the most boring fighters in boxing history. That's a fact. That's not something I'm making up. That's exactly what that is. He's a terrible fighter to watch. I can't think of any fights that he ever had other than maybe George Kambosos 2 that were like action packed. But mostly he does a lot of running, a lot of holding. Um, he's just really not a fighter that you know that you really want to see. He's not aesthetically pleasing. You're not gonna get no knockouts, nothing like that. You kind of just gotta, take what you get with him. He's a runner. It's a typical black fighter. They like to run, hold, grab, that type of thing, man. I just can't wait to see how it go because I think personally, man, I think Ryan Garcia, man, has all the tools, man, to be special. So we're gonna see what happens, but I don't know what's going on, Prize. How you feeling?
What's going on, my guy? I had to get my audio right, man. How I sound?
You sound good. Sound good.
All right, shout out BVO Boxing. Shout out to the whole family, man. All the brothers, man. What's up with y'all?
Hey, man, I was wondering, man, is Ryan crazy or is he crazy like a fox? What you think, man?
I think he's delusional. I think he needs to, after this fight is over, I think he needs to get looked at. He need to take some time away.
What the fuck you say?
And come back and really, really stop the shenanigans and just come back and just hit the gym. Work on, not leaving yourself so open when you throw your left hook. Don't try to be so predictable. Work on keeping your head off the straight line or straight up in the air. Those are the things he needs to work on, bro. If he don't, he gonna get knocked out and beat when it comes to the elite fighters. He'll be able to beat your C-level fighters. But when he steps it up to A, competition like Tank and Devin Haney, he's gonna lose every time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just a pure hating statement to say, because Ryan Garcia only fight the best. He's not like your guy Devin Haney who likes to fight whatever, whoever. Ryan likes to fight people. Man, he put his O on the line versus Tank Davis. He wasn't scared to lose his O. And like Keith Thurman always said, if you bad enough to take it, come take it. So I think it's gonna be a good fight. I don't know if Ryan is crazy. I do know that Ryan is doing something that people have never seen, and that's actually go for it.
That's
Put
not true.
yourself
That's
up there. Here you go with this cap.
Because you said he's doing something that we never seen. I've seen this before. Oscar De La Hoya fought everybody. Floyd fought everybody I wanted him to.
No, Floyd did not fight everybody. Floyd never fought Triple G.
He fought everybody that I wanted him to fight.
Yeah, he did not fight Triple G. He ducked Triple G.
Man, get out of here with that Triple G crap.
And we all know about the Winky Wright situation, your favorite subject.
Man, get out of here, man.
When it comes to Oscar, you can probably say that, but I'll put
Bernard
like this,
Hopkins.
Man. I mean, but Bernard got that cheap win off Oscar, so a lot of people give him credit. But I also seen a C-level fighter. I seen a C-level fighter and Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard to death.
Jermaine ain't C. Jermaine's a B. Maybe A. He was undisputed.
That don't mean nothing. He's never been a B fighter. I seen Carl Froch beat him to death. So I don't know what you talking about, man.
I like Jermaine. I say he's a B fighter.
Yeah, but it's about who you like. It's just that old saying that Two Times told us about, man. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Yeah. So I mean, it's commonplace, man. But what we seeing with Ryan, man, it's kind of funny because he's being almost like his own media team. So that's the part that excites me. He's like his own media team.
Yeah, so but it ain't for the good though. It ain't for the good though. His media is negative. It's just negative. Everything he's put out is negative. He got pictures of aliens. He got pictures of people doing stuff to young people and all this just shenanigans, bro. And that ain't good energy he's bringing, in his universe, bro. He's all negative and he gonna pay for it. He's not taking this serious. And do you see how Devin Haney is training?
Yeah, he might get knocked out.
We're gonna find out real quick. I can see him quitting again. Yeah.
I mean, we all see Devin Haney.
When he get in there.
It looked like Devin is planning to do a lot of running. I seen him going up and down on the sand dunes like he's Jerry Rice. I think he want to do a lot of running and grabbing. Because I know he ain't got the balls to take the fight to
Nah,
Ryan. So I mean,
he getting them legs right. He trying to get that lower body strength with them in them legs so he can knock his ass out. That's what he's training for.
salute to my brother Bruce Gas. We gonna see, man. But when I see Devin
Salute,
Haney
Bruce.
working in the sand like that, it looked like he really ready to run.
Man,
It looks like Ryan is preparing for war. Kind of similar to the Marvelous one. I don't know if you're familiar with Marvin Hagler. I think that's what Ryan is doing. I think Ryan's ready for
cut it
war,
out.
man. I think he should get a hat like the Marvelous one and put war on it, man. Because I think he's ready for war, man. And then with
Yeah,
Derrick
a
James,
war he ain't gonna win. If you look at his training, he was hitting the bag. I seen on a video, flinging left hands, leaving himself wide open. Devin Haney takes your best weapon away from you. The same way Tank took the left from him, Devin gonna do the same thing, and Devin gonna be just punishing. But Ryan might not be scared to get hit by Haney because he fought the Tank, and the Tank hit the hardest. We all know that, but I still think Devin Haney is gonna make him quit somehow.
salute to my brother Ant McQueen, man. I think you sleep.
Salute.
I think you really sleeping on Ryan because, like I said, he looks like marvelous Marvin Hagler, man. Like he ready for war, man. He in the hot gyms on there in Dallas, Texas, man. It look like he about to go on there and really give your boy some bodily harm. So we gonna see what happens, man. I'm not sure, but I will say this: I think that Ryan got a chance, man. And let's be honest, man. If Ryan is able to pull this out, we talking about maybe the biggest star in boxing. Say what you want. I think Devin Haney gives him a lot of credibility, man. So if he go in here and knock this kid out, I think we got a chance to see
Man,
this
that
dude
ain't
do
gonna
something
happen.
special, man. I
That
think
ain't
we
gonna
really
happen.
do,
Ryan
man.
Garcia, he makes the same mistakes over and over and over again. And even in his last fight,
You said what?
that was he. I said even in his last fight, he didn't show me much but a taco shell that's gonna get cracked.
Yeah,
Me going
but
there
you
with
told
Devin
me
Haney
you
and try
said
to
it
do that.
best. It was shattered glass when Ryan hit that guy. You was right. When Ryan hit people, it's shattered glass every time. So it's just he gonna get one left hand on Devin. Can Devin take it? That's the key. And I think the whole boxing world is rooting for Devin in this case because we all know the type of stuff Bill and Devin do, the games they play. Like even when we talk about the infamous sparring match, we watched Tank beat Devin from pillar to post. I think this is going to be a special fight. I think Devin Haney is a good fighter. Former unified champion. I think he can fight. But I'll tell you this, man. I just want to see what happens, man, when Devin gets that chin tested. Because we all know when he fought Lomachenko, man, Lomachenko was robbed that night. Lomachenko really, really gave it to Devin. I thought he was going to stop Devin in the 11th round. So I don't want to sit here and play games as if Devin Haney is. I'm not saying Devin Haney is no bum or any by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying, you know what? When he get in there, with Ryan Garcia, who can really punch, who can really, really punch, we're going to see how good he really is. I mean, say what you want. Salute to my man Ed McQueen. I'll say this. I think there's a good chance that Devin can go to sleep if hit hard enough. Because we've seen him versus Linares. We've seen him, like he ready to go to sleep when he fought Linares. Linares caught him late. And people don't want to believe me when I say this, but it looked like he easily could have went to bed. Easily could have went to bed. And that's just one of the things that you got to be honest about. When you watch Devin Haney, he's a very good fighter. Um, Decent fundamentals, which really separates him because he has decent fundamentals. The problem with him, he's a man without a country. There's a show I used to watch called The Wire, and Devin Haney reminds me so much of the Stringer Bell character, where he has the talent, but the key is, will he use that talent to be what he should be? And we won't know until he's tested. And when we see him did get tested by the great Lomachenko, That left hand found a home all night long, like my man Lionel Richie said, all night long. So it's just like Lionel Richie said, we seen that left hand find a spot all night, right on Devin's chin. So for us to sit here and play this game as if Devin Haney is Floyd Mayweather, I mean, you got to be honest. At the end of the day, when we watch Devin Haney copies Floyd so much. You kind of get the mind. He kind of puts you so much in the mind of Floyd. Just like when he always said he's a tough fighter, tough guy, hell of a competitor. Hats off to him. I mean, it's the same thing when you see Adrian Broner try to talk like Floyd and start stuttering. Went out there, he's a tough guy, hell of a fighter, great competitor. I mean, these guys try so hard to beat Floyd that sometimes you'll almost think that that's Floyd, but it's not. Got news for you. He lost to Lomachenko. Lomachenko did not beat Lomachenko beat Devin Haney. Devin Haney did not beat Lomachenko. He was out coached, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. So when I hear, hold on one second. Oh, you got a lot of world noise. And so when I hear people try to give me these false narratives like, yo, Devin Haney is going to beat Ryan. Who told you that? We've seen him lose to Lomachenko. You can't tell me that you want to see the most boring fighter in boxing win. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. Devin Haney is probably one of the most boring fighters we've seen in the last 30 years. He's horrible to watch. I mean, when you watch him, you can only fight I can think of that was even decent was George Kambosos too. But the first one, all he did was jab and run. That's all he ever does is jab and run. When he fought Loma was putting hands on him, about to stop him the level of round.
And so look at Loma. Did you see Loma's face after the fight, bro? Y'all must have forgot. And all them body shots that Dev landed, bro, them body shots was on point. He wasn't jabbing and grabbing.
I mean, every time you get into a clinch, Devin like to punch. That makes no sense. I mean, we also forget
Devin
that
Haney was
Devin's
on top
pretty
of his
dirty.
game. He was on top of his game in his last fight, bro. At a new weight class.
I don't know, man. It sounds good.
He stepped up and beat the number 2 guy.
But let me tell you this. You know what my grandma said that I always remember? Sounds good. It might even make you feel good, but that don't mean that it's right. You seen when Loma didn't get his hand raised, the ref looked at him. Harvey looked at him like, "What was that? This kid got robbed tonight."
So won the fight, man.
I mean, technically he did, but you know what?
What have you done for me lately? And in his last fight, he was on top of his game.
Yeah, he fought a journeyman, and Regis Prograde. So I mean, Regis Prograde is garbage.
Journeyman now.
I mean, and I got love. Salute to my man. Salute to my man Edwin. Because I know that's one of the guys he's been training. But come on, man, let's not play like Regis Pro. I think Regis Prograde fights MMA now, don't he? So I think that's what he's. Go ahead.
Yeah, the last time I checked, he was talking about MMA, but so Regis got a bunch of things going on outside of boxing. So he just made some good money. So he's probably gonna take some time, spend some of it, make some investments, and do what he needs to do as a man.
Yeah, everything but fight a tough competitor. I get it, but it's the thing
I'm gonna say. He fought Josh Taylor, bro. What are you talking about?
And got beat to death. Death. Josh Taylor
you ain't see Josh could have went in the hospital.
Oh my
that
God.
Boy face, man. That boy had one eye.
Josh has one eye every fight.
But I think Josh. I mean, it was. I only watched that fight maybe one. I didn't get the second time I watched it. I didn't get through it all the way.
Yeah. So let the professionals tell you about it. So what basically happened was Regis came out hot, and then at the end of the show, Josh Taylor took his belt off and whooped him. I don't know if you guys ever seen House Party 1 But there was a scene when my man Kid got in the bed, and the character Robert Harris, he played Pops, said, "Oh, hold on, wait before you do that," and gave him a whooping. And that's exactly what Josh Taylor did. Beat him like he stole something. I mean, it's just that simple, man. Josh Taylor took his belt off. I don't know if you ever had a whooping. That's what we used to call it back in the day. We get hit with that belt or that extension cord or that shoe. That brother got a good whooping, man.
Go get that switch.
Go get that switch. And you better not bring that thin one. That thin one stings. You know what I mean?
I didn't get the switch. I got my behind tore with a belt though.
Yeah, I mean, you probably didn't get no whoopings being a rich kid. But
nah, I got my ass tore up. You tripping.
Whoa, that was crazy. But it's the thing I'll tell you.
Stop, bro.
Hey, get out of here with that.
Well, my man, Mr. Hill, what you think about this, man? You think Ryan's crazy like a fox, or you think, Ryan really is doing his thing? What you think, brother?
I believe that he is crazy like a fox. I believe that he's trying to do the very best to take attention off of like a focused Ryan, so people would try to think that he's not really taking it serious and try to sneak up on somebody. Now the thing is, Devin's not the person that's not going to take a fight serious, and he's not going to take his training not serious. He's going to be ready and he's going to be prepared. So I believe that both of them are going to be ready. I believe both of them are going to be prepared. Because if not, like I said, DJ, I will hope, and I sincerely would hope that DJ is the type of person that if you not giving it your all, you ain't putting all of your attention and your focus on what's ahead of you, and I'm representing you, then I'm just going to have to walk away. Because that's what we need in the game. We need people like that, man, to stop people from doing damage to themselves. Sometimes you got to stop people from hurting themselves. So if he is really somebody that is hurting himself, I would hope that DJ won't just chase a bag, because he got other bags he can get, and say, "Look, bro, I can't do this." So I'm thinking it's all shenanigans. I think it's all to build hype around the fight. Hey, this dude ain't. How you gonna take the fight? The thing that concerns me the most, though, is that they haven't released any information on the undercard. That's very, very troublesome for me. But I think it's gonna. I think both of them gonna make it to the ring if there is a fight. I hope there's an undercard, because you can't just sell it off them two themselves.
It's an undercard, bro.
Oh, they've already released the information on it?
You got Arnold Barbosa against a guy named damn. I just said it on the other show.
Michael Phelps.
What's his name?
Michael Phelps.
He's stupid, bro. Don't pay me.
I don't know who he is, but
you go ahead and continue with the rest of the program, bro. That's good.
He's supposed to be fighting this guy.
Hey, BBO, highlight that last comment by me. Shout out to my good brother Ant McQueen too, man. Pull up.
We've been trying to get him to pull up, man. He don't hang out with the brothers, man.
Oh, yeah, he definitely hang out with the brothers.
That's the brothers over here. But I'll say
this. Go ahead though, Prize. I'm listening to you. My bad. I didn't mean to.
Nah, you good. I wasn't talking about shit. You good.
No, we was talking about what you know about the fight, bro. I want to know who the hell is on the undercard.
He don't know nothing.
Oh, right. So you got.
You're leaving 2 roll-ups, man. He don't know what's going on.
I know, but I had his name because I Googled it when
we
was on the show the last time.
As long as there's another fighter on there, who else is on that?
Yeah, definitely. Arnold Barbosa, he's going against I can't remember that guy. He got it's a Mexican name, Chavez or something. I ain't gonna be disrespectful, but Arnold Barbosa's on there. There's a couple other fights. You can Google the undercard, but again, it's nothing that's like eye-catching. I mean, we all know Barbosa gonna be there. He's been there at the press conference, so we expected to see him. But he actually has a fight lined up. So,
and you know what just happened just there? Prize is a perfect example, Tommy, of the average Devin Haney fan. Don't know nothing and tell you about nothing.
Well,
that's what even know there was an undercard, BBO. If it wasn't
there isn't one. There isn't one.
It is. Yeah, it is.
There isn't one.
Well, I would hope so, man. I know Barbosa is on there because there is the chance that Ryan does make the fight. But if he don't, then he's the one that they're gonna try to pull up to fight. I understand that purpose on that.
I don't think Devin gonna just do that.
He said heat these fries up real quick. That
Why
mean
does he
that mean
want?
he's scared. That mean he's scared to get on here with the brothers, man. That's sad, but
And
that's cool.
McQueen.
What you
Now
want
you
to
don't
do?
understand. You don't understand, my man, and McQueen. That Mickey Fricky is like razor focused and driven, boy. When he puts his mind to something, he does it. My man read about like 12 books a day. You see that
Yeah,
collection in the backdrop?
Why
That's
is this
his
guy
collection of
flagging me
books
with the
that
hobby?
he did. The man is
yeah.
legit. He gonna
So
get up here and cook with BBO, dog. He gonna put some sesame in the pot, dog. He gonna stir that bitch too. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he do.
hey, but we got a good undercard with Tank. You know, Tank is fighting, of course, Frank the Ghost Martin, 28-year-old prospect. As well as we got Boo Boo Andre fighting
Yeah, that's a
the
phenomenal.
great David Morrell Jr.
That's a
We
phenomenal undercard, man. I put
yeah,
both of them.
we got De La Santo versus El Rayo, and we got David Benavidez versus I can't think of his name. The dude from Grand Theft Auto 4, man. I can't remember his name. But so that's the difference, man. Nico from Grand Theft Auto 4. Um,
Mhm.
so the thing is, man, we can talk what we want, but Oscar De La Hoya, who to me is the greatest living boxer, man, he kind of letting us down with this undercard, man. We
Well,
ain't heard a word from it. Go ahead.
I agree to the point that we don't know who the fudge is on it for sure, besides Barbosa and his opponent. But I mean, you know, I think that PBC really has to string along because this upcoming 2 weeks from now will be their first fight.
Right.
While everybody's got at least 2 to 3 fights in. So they got some distance to make up. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
they gotta do it big. On top of that, they're through a transition of a time where they have left one network streamer to another one. So people
Mm-hmm.
are skeptical about what they're about to do. So of course they're gonna do it big. And plus we know it's the PBC night, like I said, man. To me, for the life of me, I don't understand why we as a people
Mm-hmm.
will with other folks who are not our people to put down our people down. You know what I'm saying? Put our people down and go with narratives like they're losing money and they don't know what they're doing. I shudder to believe that man's been too successful in too many other ventures for him not to know what he's doing. So I believe that they're gonna get this right. Also believe that the dude that was working alongside him with Showtime is getting his platform together where they're going to come aboard and then they're going to open up another segment to which they can stream their fights on, and then they're going to further cement their stranglehold on the boxing game that has them talking about let's go to Turkey a la Sheik and get our fight. So yes, I agree with that. But to this point, ESPN and Golden Boy, well, I don't know about Golden Boy, but the Zone have been doing a very good job of giving us some pretty good fights, man. I give credit
Yeah.
with due, bro, and I cannot fault what I've been seeing so far this year. Only one show has been boo-boo. The rest of them have been pretty damn good, and a lot of them have been ESPN. So,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at them, and I ain't mad at Pamper Bob for getting his ish together, man, and putting his depends on and handling business. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, and the funny thing about it, I think the funny thing about what we seeing in boxing lately now, and I actually put a picture up of Eddie Hearn. If you see this picture, I put a picture up of Eddie Hearn. The whole thing that we missing is the whole Turkey a la Sheik thing is just to save UK boxing. If you look at who fights over there with the Sheik, that's for UK boxing. You're not going to ever see any real black superstars over there
But he wanted
because they
he
don't
wanted
need it.
he wanted Devin and Tank over there. That's not
They
true.
don't need
They
them.
had
They don't
Wilder.
need them. They don't need them. They don't
They
need them.
had Deontay.
Deontay Waters finished. Stop.
I'm just
Deontay
saying,
Waters
but
finished.
you can't say they didn't have no American fighters over there. They did.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, you're not gonna have. Okay, you won't see Errol Spence over there. You won't see
We
Tank
don't know
Davis
that.
over
We
there.
don't know that.
And I did hear some good news that Errol Spence is back in the gym. So look at my brother Free, the Puerto Rican Prince is pulling up. I
We
did
don't know
hear
that. We
that
don't
Errol
know
Spence is back in the
that
gym.
they never gonna fight over there. You can't say that.
This whole thing is just to save UK boxing, man. That's all it is. You got to know what you're looking at. This is just to save UK boxing. But
It
let me
just say
ask you
so.
this real quick. Free, just to get you in here on this. So you think if Ryan Garcia is able to pull this win out, are we looking at possibly the biggest star in boxing?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Do I think Ryan Garcia? And are we looking at the biggest what in boxing?
I said if he's able to beat Devin Haney, are we looking at possibly the biggest star in boxing with Ryan Garcia with his social media following plus him getting a real win? Will we look at the biggest star in boxing?
Get
No,
up on my
no,
trap house.
no, because he still lost to Tank Davis. Tank Davis still will be a bigger star than Ryan Garcia because no, I mean, a lot of people don't think that Devin Haney can beat Tank Davis, and Ryan Garcia lost to Tank Davis, so he wouldn't be the biggest star. He would be one of the stars, but he wouldn't be the biggest star.
Well, I say that only because I've never seen. Well, I take that back. I did see Tank on TMZ when he had a unfortunate incident outside the ring. I think he ran some people over or something. But for Ryan to be on TMZ, that means you're a star. I don't know what you guys think about that.
He was on TMZ for all the wrong things, though, BBO. It wasn't like they was reporting something good.
I mean, it's the same thing with Tank. Every time Tank was on TMZ, it was for something horrific. I mean,
TMZ rarely they toxic, bro.
they covered Drake's album being #1. So I mean, I don't know if they necessarily
I don't care
toxic.
what they did, they toxic.
What you think about all this, man? Tom,
Y'all
what you think
forgot
about this?
you forgot when they pronounced Lil Wayne dead? Remember they went ahead and did that?
No,
Go
you
look it
cold,
up.
you cold-blooded, man.
Go look it up. They
Nah, I
they
think they did do
RIP.
that.
Come on.
Yeah, I
They
believe they did do.
RIP. They RIP Lil Wayne right on TMZ, and Lil Wayne's like, nah, what the? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Come on, man.
it's kind of hard to see if Little Wayne's alive or not. I mean, he looks a little crazy. I don't know if y'all
I,
seen him
I,
lately.
I wanted to go back to the comment about the people over there and God dang,
Being
places
a
like
UK savior.
being the UK. I kind of firmly believe that is their core target audience right
Mm-hmm.
now. I do know that what Price said was true. They did want to bring Tank over there because if you can bring Tank over there, you can also increase the sales. So you can charge a little bit more for everything there, and you can charge for that pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? And they generate money that.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying, but I think you guys are missing the fact that, and this is just me. When we talking about the Cedar Ishmael, we talking about the Saudis. These guys are printing money. These guys are so blessed. I mean, they don't even look to recoup any money that they lost. How many people you know build a 24 story aquarium and know they can't make their money back? How many people you know would do that? How many countries would do that? So I mean, let's not play these games as if Turkey Al Sheik ain't just printing money. That's all that is. He's just printing money. So I think personally, all they really doing is, if you look at it, truly look at it with no bias. You know, BBO is known to be unbiased. So that's why it's nothing for me to take the lenses off and look and see what I'm looking at. And it looks like, and I ask you this too, Free, does it not look like it's nothing but for UK fighters? What you think?
What are you talking about?
The whole thing with the UK. I guess my man is following along with the Saudis coming to save UK boxing.
I mean, it's mostly UK fighters because it's on the zone. The zone promotes UK fighters. That's what they're known for, promoting UK fighters. So that's mostly UK fighters because it's on the zone. So it's just like when De La Hoya puts on a fight and he happens to have somebody from Top Rank or he has somebody from PBC as his fighter's opponent. Most of the fighters that's going to be on there is going to be Hispanics or Mexicans because that's what the zone promotes mostly is the
Mm-hmm.
Hispanics and the Mexicans. So it's the same thing with the zone. They promote the UK fighters. So you're going to see majority UK fighters on the zone. You might see one or two American or Hispanics, but
Mm-hmm.
majority of them is going to be UK fighters.
So that being said, I want to ask my man Thomas Hill this as well. Then I'm gonna ask you Free and then Price. Do you think that Shakur would do better with Golden Boy? Because it seems like Oscar does a better job promoting Spanish fighters than he does blacks. What you guys think?
I don't know about the aspect of being a Spanish fighter and who does better job promoting. I understand that Bob Arum definitely promotes Spanish fighters. I mean, he was trying to promote your boy Valdez. He definitely trying to promote Mortaya, and he's currently looking to do big things with Vargas's son Emiliano. So being there, if he's truly trying to look out for the Spanish fighter and he wants to look into the Spanish heritage of Shakur, he has something there to tap into. For me, the action where you can get the most smoke and you can put out the most smoke signals and put out the most fires is where you want to go. And we know don't nobody promote fights like PBC. So I think where he should do is finish his career off with there and then entertain the possibility of other outfits, but particularly factoring in those who can actually give him the best leverage going forward. So to me, I would be looking to either stay at ESPN or move towards PBC, because I don't think that the other two places, whether it be Golden Boy or the Zone or Matchroom, have the opportunities ahead of him, and his future is ahead of him. Like he's just right now bursting really onto the scene. He hasn't really tapped into the full potential or scale that he can go into with his possibilities in the endless matches that can be made, and the best matches that can be made will be either at ESPN and for sure at PBC. So if I was him, I would entertain looking into it.
What I would say is it all depends on what Shakur is looking for. If
To
he's
the
looking
bench,
to get
salute.
if he's looking to get the big bag, it will be PBC. If he's looking to go for the best competition, it will be Top Rank right now, because even at 140, Top Rank has most of the fighters at 140. They have most of the fighters at 135. Now, when he gets to 147 and 154, if he goes that high, it will be PBC that will have the top competition. But if he's looking for the big bag, it's going to be PBC. But if he's looking to be active and get in the ring with the top competition, it will be Top Rank. Golden Boy don't really have no fighters like that at 135. I think the one fighter that they do have is Williams Zepeda. Outside of Williams Zepeda, I don't know of another 135-pound fighter that Golden Boy have. They might have like one or two more, but they not no big names like that.
Floyd
And then when you
Schofield.
go, is he at 135?
I thought he was at 35. Is he at 35 or is he at 40? You know
I'm
what I'm
not
saying,
sure
Tony?
I'm not sure what weight class he at. He might be at 35,
Say
but
again. I missed that. What you say?
yeah,
No, I
he
said
might
it.
be at
I said
he might
it's dang, I just lost his
Schofield.
name.
Floyd Schofield.
Schofield. Is he
Schofield
at is
35
he at
right
30?
now. Schofield
Yeah, I thought
35.
he was at
He's
35.
young. Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
young.
thought
I
he was
believe he's like
35. Yeah.
5'9" or 5'10".
Yeah.
So he got room to grow.
Yeah, so he's at 35, but that's two fighters out of the whole 135-pound division. They got two fighters that has a name, and that's William Zepeda and Floyd Schofield. Floyd Schofield's name is not really that big. We know of him, but majority of the
Yeah.
boxing industry don't know of Floyd Schofield like that. But William Zepeda, he has a name because he's Mexican, and a lot of people have been following him because of his high punch output and the knockouts that he's been getting. So his name has gotten big. But outside of that, those are the only two fighters they got out of the whole 135-pound division. So, like I said, it depends on what Shakur wants. If he's looking for the big bag, PBC will be where he needs to go for the big bag. If he's looking for to stay busy and have decent competition, Top Rank is where he needs to stay at.
Yeah. What you think about all this, Frost? I think my man Prize fell
Pride, I
asleep.
think Pride.
He dropped off. He dropped off.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Yeah, but you again, you can hop up though, baby boy. The link is up there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna
Kid
be
Austin
long.
is nice. Kid Austin is nice. You know what's funny? I think Kid Austin is gonna fight Cleveland's own Abdullah Mason to get his opportunity, man, to fight Shakur. Because ain't nobody scared of Shakur, man. I think people don't understand, man. Shakur, people seeing, how he is, man. He's an easy mark, man. His best win is against Jamel Herring, man. And that's not saying too much. What you guys think?
That's not his best win, but I mean that's a notable win, but that's not his best win. His best win is the win that he got over Oscar Valdez. Uh, Jamel Herring was on his way out when he fought Shakur. That man was 35 years old. He was on his way out. He lucked up and got that championship off. What's the nigga name? Can't think of
One
his
in
name right now.
Frampton? Carl
Yeah,
Frampton?
yeah, Frampton. He lucked up and got the championship off of him, and he hasn't looked good since then. Matter of fact, he just had a fight not too long ago, and I think he got beat in that fight, if I'm not
He got beat
mistaken.
to death. Yeah, he got beat to death.
Yeah,
He
so so
he
he
got beat
hasn't
to
looked good.
death.
So I wouldn't say
got
that
beat.
I wouldn't say
And
that was his best win. That was a notable win, but it ain't his best win. Um, but um, I, Floyd Schofield, I mean Kid Austin, he's a name, but he hasn't really done anything neither. What the hell are you
yeah, I
doing?
mean, they scared of Kid Austin. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, let's tell you the truth. I think Shakur's next fight should be against that kid from Virginia, man. I can't. What's the black kid's name from Virginia? I just lost his name. Um, Keyshawn Davis. It should be against Keyshawn Davis. But I don't think we'll get that because I think they uh like girlfriends or something. I don't know what's up with them. I don't know if they'll fight. Who you think will win that fight though, Tom?
Shakur and Kid Austin?
No, Shakur and Keyshawn Davis.
Shakur and Keyshawn? Man. I think it'll be a decent fight because I believe that Keyshawn actually knows what he's doing in that ring and he's got a harder punch.
Mm-hmm.
But the quickness, man, that your boy Shakur has, man, it's pretty next level, man. I don't know. He definitely doesn't place himself in much chances where he can be taken advantage of. You got to be a special fighter to put him in those places, and I'm not sure at this juncture in their careers that Keyshawn has that wherewithal to place him emotionally into a place where he can work him out and get the better of him. But I don't believe in friends not fighting each other. There's
Yeah.
been plenty of fights that have happened where people that were friends were up there doing their thing, but I favor Shakur in that fight.
What you think about? Who you think will win that fight? Prize?
Um,
Keyshawn versus Shakur.
I probably would lean towards more Shakur.
Is it
I just
because he'll
think he's
run?
I think he's a master at distance, and his IQ is a lot better than Keyshawn is still. But I think Keyshawn will put up a good fight, but it's just gonna be one of them tactical
Tony's
fights where it's
reviews, man. You
not.
gotta turn your camera on, bro, so I can see who it is. You can turn it right back off. Go ahead, my bad.
No, it's all good. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you up on that.
Hey, Tony, you gotta turn your camera on, bro. If I can't see you, I can't let you up talk. All right, my bad. Go ahead. My
Yeah,
man Tony gonna turn
that's
his
the
camera on.
new rule around here. When y'all want to pop up, y'all gotta show your we gotta screen y'all,
Yeah.
man. We had a little incident, but yeah, I think Shakur is like the way he's a master at distance. I think that it'll confuse Keyshawn, but I think it'll be a real tactical fight where it's not a lot of fireworks. But I just see Shakur just be able to land a more cleaner, effective punches. But Keyshawn is he's maybe a level below Shakur though, especially with Shakur IQ. The Shakur IQ is crazy. It's out of this world. So I would definitely favor Shakur in there like 8 rounds to 4. I think he can beat him handle him fairly easily, personally.
I mean, see, this is the thing about Shakur. Y'all give him so much credit, but he's boring. That's the part that get me. He's boring.
Well, what's boring is winning. Sometimes Floyd was boring against Baltimore. People was like, "Oh, that was boring."
Nobody. I mean, the object of the whole thing is to win the match. If he's boring, that's just going to take away from his star power. But that's not going to take away from the fact that he's winning the goddamn fight. The whole object of the game is to win the fight. So whether he's boring or not, the whole end result is you want to walk away with a W. You can be boring and walk away with a W. You can be exciting and lose every match you win. Yeah, you're exciting like Arturo Gatti. He was exciting, but he was getting
his ass kicked. Getting his ass
kicked. But he was exciting. But what's the point of being exciting if you losing everything?
Right. I mean, I don't care about that exciting stuff. Like, look good. All right, win this fight. Look good in your next. You know, so in his next fight, when he comes out, he got to look good in there. We're gonna get on him some more.
Just showing you it's me. Testing 1, 2, 3. Y'all hear me? Okay, good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we hear you, goofball. Go ahead, finish up, bro.
Yeah, that man. What we know Arturo Gatti for getting beat up. We don't know Arturo Gatti for winning. We know him from getting beat up. So yeah,
his best fights he got beat, and he got beat to death. He did, man. Like Mayweather punished him. Irish Mickey Ward punished him. Like so many dudes has whooped this guy. Oscar knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? So like
Oscar knocks out everybody, man.
It's like the homie Free said. We know Arturo Thunder Gotti from getting beat up on. That's what we know him from. So I say win the fight, look good in your next. Now, if he comes out and he puts us to sleep and does another snooze fest, we gonna get on him when the next day we on him. So and he knows that, and it ain't just BBO boxing. It's a lot of everybody.
Pop your camera real quick, Ant. Just real quick.
You know what I'm saying?
We good.
I don't care about being boring or exciting. A win is a win. Win how you can win. If you can't touch somebody because they dance around you, then that's your fault.
Cut the ring out.
I like the boring because to me the boring is hit and don't be hit. And yeah, I mean that's rudimentally what you want to do. You want to hit somebody and not get hit. If you always out of range, it'll be boring. And not everybody's blessed with knockout power. So you got to take that into account too. Like I like an exciting fight, but I also like a technical. So I don't really care. I mean, like my number one 140-pound guy is probably the most boring guy at 140, and that's Hitchens. I think Hitchens beats them all. And he's
Jesus Christ.
Watch.
Jesus Christ. He's horrible, man. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, he will outbox them all.
She will beat the life out of him, man. I don't know if you guys ever seen Remember the Titans. You guys ever seen that movie, Remember the Titans?
I like the CTO versus Hitchens.
You remember they had that? Yeah, you guys remember that Remember the Titans movie? I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but there was a part where the coach said, I got a couple people that like to knock the chocolate out of folks. If that boy T.O. fight Hitchens, he gonna beat the chocolate out of him, man.
How T.O. gonna beat a BBO? T.O. can't beat nobody moving backwards.
Well, he'll make Hitchens come to him. He'll make Hitchens come to him.
How's Hitchens gonna come to him? He's like 6 foot tall.
I've seen Hitchens, man. He's a low level Devin Haney ripoff, bro. He's a poor man's Devin Haney.
You're just making up stuff now.
No, he is. Yeah. He fight a lot like Devin Haney. He really do, but not the exciting Devin Haney. The Devin Haney that did that jabbing versus George Camboso.
There we go.
Actually, Africa reminds me of more of Shakur than he does Devin Haney. He reminds me more of Shakur. Like he judges distance pretty good, and he's real defensive. I don't know if he beats everybody at 140. I still need to see him, but we might see that sooner than later because he's next in line after after Devin fights Sandor Martin. Africa is next in line to be the mandatory, so we might see that sooner than later.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen Africa live in the gym, man. He's better in the gym than he is in a fight. But I noticed when he gets touched, he gets his running shoes on, man. So that's my thing. I don't know because like my man Tony said, like he capping talking about boxing is hit, don't get hit. No, real boxing is you stand in the middle of the ring and you see who the better man is. That's what
No,
boxing is.
that's Mexican.
Nah,
That's what
That's
boxing is.
Mexican
nah, that's
bum
dumb.
bashing.
That's dumb. That's dumb. Look, if I could outspeed you, why am I going to stand in the middle of the ring and let you hit me?
Make it make
You here to
sense.
show the you here to put a show on for the fans, man. People like you are killing boxing.
Okay, I don't care
Nah,
about
that's not
that.
killing. That's not killing boxing, man. I gotta agree with Tony. I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I don't think that there are too many boring fighters, but there are boring fights. And in order to make an entertaining fight, the other guy, he has to be able to press the action. If he can't get to the guy, then that's a him problem. And sometimes it's not even a matter of a guy just moving around, but guys just having poor positioning. Like if you look at Tio in them open stance matchups against Sandor Martin and
Mm-hmm.
what's my guy's name? Jermaine Ortiz. A lot of times
Mm-hmm.
he just wasn't blocking the exit. That's a him problem. If you're in an open stance matchup and you don't know that you're supposed to put your lead foot on the outside to block the exit and keep the guy where you want to keep him and force him to pull straight back, that's a training issue. That's not on the other guy to just stand there.
Come
You
on,
gotta
man. Let's
you
be
gotta you
honest.
gotta put him. You gotta put him where you need to put him
You
in
can't
order to
talk
force the
all this
fight.
cash money. You can't talk all this cash money in the doggone press conference and then get in the press conference and run. I
No, but
mean,
it's not running though. If the guy is leaving the door wide open, that's not running. That's smart. Get the hell up out the way. Make him work harder. You don't just stand there like
BBO, you
the
might as
sport is
well just
boxing. It's not rock'em sock'em robots. And here's the
right,
other thing too.
right. BBO, you might
Nobody's
as well
gonna go
take
into a
your
press
ass on
conference
down
and
to
say nobody's
Tijuana
gonna say in the
somewhere.
go in the press conference and say, well, yeah, this guy can't cut the ring off, so I'm gonna move and I'm gonna make him work and I'm gonna outpoint him. Nobody's gonna say that.
I
BBO, you
just
need to
say
take your ass on down to Tijuana, go on one of them bars and see that bull crap that you want to see on TV. Nobody don't want to see that all the time. Because
well,
I don't want. Because sometimes I want to see skills involved. I don't want to just see two, you know, punching bags, punching each other when there's no skills. There's shots flinging from all over the place. It's like, you want to go see that, BBO? I'll take you down to Mexico. We can go to Tijuana in the hood, and we're gonna go into the bar and watch one of them fights so they can just beat the shit out of each other. I'll take
hey,
you.
one of the best fighters ever was able to bang and box. Roberto Duran. I don't know if you guys have heard of this kid named Roberto Duran. He outboxed Sugar Ray Leonard, and Sugar Ray Leonard can outbang him. If you can bang with a guy, that makes you special. If you got, hold on one second, Tony, I'll let you talk. The thing is, when Muhammad Ali, when he was ready to get you out of there, what did he start doing, McQueen? He got flat-footed and started beating your head in so you quit. So I don't know what y'all talking about. The best fighters we all remember stand in front of you and give you mad work, like
Have
Joe
you ever watched
Frazier.
Muhammad
No,
Ali versus Doug Jones?
No, I
no.
can't
It
say
was
that
a
I
What?
have.
long ass night for Muhammad Ali, and it wasn't all that getting flat footed and knocking the guy's head off that you talking about.
No,
But in
BBO,
order, go ahead.
what you're talking about
But
when it comes to these boxers, what you're talking about once they get their guys hurt and they go in for the kill. They don't. Muhammad Ali ain't standing in front of you the whole night. Sugar Ray
No,
Leonard
I
ain't
didn't say he
standing in front
did.
of you
I
the
didn't
whole
say he
night.
did. I'm talking about
Okay, so
towards the end of the fight.
you talking about no, it wasn't towards the end of the fight, it's towards the time when they got you hurt and they ready to get you out of there. Now you see Shakur Stevenson, when he get his guy hurt like he did Jamel Herring, he stood right there and beat Jamel Herring until they stopped the fight. When he fought Yoshino, he stood right there and stopped that man. It all
But
depends on what part of the fight you're watching. If you're watching them box, they're going to box. But when they get their opponent hurt, they're going to stand right there and go for the kill.
and you know, I gotta let the Black Mamba say this,
You don't
man.
know shit about boxing.
But the thing I tell you is so funny about this whole thing. You talk about that, but the first, what was that guy? De Los Santos. And what was the guy? I can't remember that guy that Shakur said, "You a cop? I'm gonna do this. You a cop?" I can't remember his name. But as soon as he touched Shakur, Shakur ran the whole fight. So that sounds good. It might even make y'all feel good. But when they got somebody who can knock them out, they
You
get to
talking about
winning.
You talking about Jeremiah?
Yeah, he talking about him, not Katia.
Yeah, not
Phil?
yeah, the one
No,
he
there was no running in that fight. I just watched
You
that
talking
fight
about
recently. He
the
you
one
talking
dropped
he
about
that
the
dude
same guy,
twice in that
the
fight.
same guy that he dropped him?
Dropped him
He
twice.
dropped. You talking about that guy?
are you going in? I can hear you.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this. What was the outcome of Ali? He ended up with Parkinson's disease. Somebody like James Toney, who had a great defense that came at you, was right there in front of you, traded out. What was his end result? You can't understand what the fuck he's saying when he talks. At the end of the day, it might be exciting, but it's stupid. If you can beat somebody without being touched, I'm gonna pick beating them every day of the week without being touched. Why am I gonna have damage inflicted on me when I can just dance around you and make you look foolish? Um, that to me, it is what it is. And this is coming from a big guy who hits hard. But if I can dance around you, I'm gonna dance around you all day. Oh, I'm not here to get hit. I'm here to hit you. And if you can't hit me, that's not my fault. That's on you. You need to learn to cut off the ring. You need to learn to get close. You need to learn to work on your counter punching, your timing, etc., to be able to pin me down. But if I can just dance around you and jab you and straight you all night, that's all that's gonna happen. Period.
I give you a perfect example of that. Tommy Hitman Hearns. Tommy Hitman Hearns was taller than everybody he fought at 147. There was no reason he should be standing in the middle of the ring getting hit the way he was getting hit. You barely can understand what Tommy Hitman Hearns say now. You barely can understand what he's saying.
You go.
But I did want to say this. In my opinion, Duran lost to Leonard the first fight. Leonard was
Oh my God.
Leonard
How?
was robbed on them scorecards. And what
How?
what you left out though, BBO, was what happened in the rematch.
Oh yeah, the rematch that was set up for him to lose. He had to lose. What was it? 30 pounds, man. Stop the games,
Oh,
man.
get out of here.
No, he had to lose
Hey,
the same amount of weight he had to lose when he fought him the first time.
well, let me say this real quick. Why I got my man McQuaid up here? I'm gonna ask you this, man. Is Bo Mac the new Eddie Futch? I want your opinion on that, man.
Is
I know
Bomac
you
what?
fought. Is Bo Mac the new Eddie Futch?
No. Bomac is
What you
Bomac.
think, McQueen? I know what you're gonna say, Free, because you're not looking at what he's doing to make fighters better. I'm talking about
No,
somebody
I
with a different thought.
I'm not big on giving somebody else a title. Bomac is Bomac. Bomac is going to go down for being Bomac. He's not going to go down for being somebody else. Everybody's quick to say somebody is the next this, the next that. Let that man be his own self. Why we can't say Bomac is Bomac? Why we got to give him somebody else's name?
Because that's what we do, man. We compare. We humans. We
No,
compare.
that's
What
what
you
y'all
think
do.
about that,
That's not what
McQueen?
I do. I don't give him
Okay.
nobody else's name. I can compare him without giving him somebody else's name. You ain't got
But
to give him his name.
I have a question. How many great fighters has Bomac trained outside of Terrence Crawford?
I think he's training a
Terrence
great right
Crawford.
now. I think that's a pretty special one to train. He might be an ATG.
Who's that?
That's,
Might be
I said
might
Terrence might be an ATG. If he give us another one of them showings like he did, I mean, bro, he probably an ATG, man. I mean, Terrence is special.
I mean,
no.
myself personally, I can't judge a coach off of one fighter. Like you have one good fighter, okay, congratulations. Can you translate that to other fighters, or is the guy you have just special?
Yeah,
Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did? What Bo Mike has done with Davis, and what he did with what's the guy Eubanks? Eubanks looked phenomenal under Bo Mike's teaching. If you ask me, he looked phenomenal. He looked phenomenal. That's why I said that. And it seemed like Eddie Futch. I mean not Eddie Futch. It seemed like Bo Mac is a good guy to not only build your confidence, but show you how to throw a correct jab, show you how to throw a correct hook. It seemed like
BBO,
his punches got a crisp. All his punches are punches, man.
BBO.
Go ahead.
Did Eubank look any better than he did in the first fight against Smith? Did he actually look better? Because last time I recall, whenever
Mm-hmm.
Eubank was under Roy Jones, Smith was getting the living shit beat out of him, pieced up, and he got hit by a fucking elbow that changed the fight. So, and then you got to take into account in the rematch, Smith was coming off injuries and he couldn't even train.
I don't know. I probably look a lot
I
more
mean,
crisp. He wasn't doing all that lunging and all that extra stuff that we seen before. What you think about that, Tom? Go ahead.
Nah, I'm gonna let Ant go on this one.
Go ahead, Tom.
We ain't heard Ant all night. He be high.
Go ahead, Ant.
Go ahead, Ant. Go ahead, Ant.
Well, I think he did look better, and I understand why you said the. Well, I don't. Let me ask you this: when you say Eddie Futch, are you just talking about in terms of a fighter's improvement, or what Eddie Futch is best known for, which is, being a tactician? Because you got some trainers that are great trainers; they can get a guy right from a technical standpoint, but then you also got trainers that are good tacticians, coming up with a game plan for a guy.
I wouldn't say, because I don't think he does all the game planning himself. I know he got a Bernie the boxer and he got the Mexican guy. I can't think of his name. He got like a staff. But I'm talking about as far as whenever somebody's with Bomac, I see almost instant improvement. Instant improvement. Whenever I see him, it's instant improvement. Because we all know that Bob Arum doesn't want Bomac training Keyshawn Davis because of what Terrence Crawford did with Suleiman. But I'm seeing every time I turn around, I see Keyshawn getting better, and it's really because of Bomac. Go ahead.
I thought Herring went to Bomac before he got the living shit beat out of him by Shakur.
He was. He got beat up so bad by Shakur that Bomac fired him. When did a trainer fire the fighter? I've never seen a trainer fire a fighter. I usually see the fighter fire the trainer.
And that's the worst I've ever seen Herring look, period, was under Bomac.
That's one guy.
Yeah, but you've only mentioned one guy, Terrence Crawford.
You said every time Bomac but you said every time Bomac get him, they look better. So that he didn't look better.
And to go back what my man McQueen said, I don't think anybody can be a tactician the way Eddie Futch was, because Eddie Futch was a freaking evil genius, man. Because people don't realize, I think it's 3 out of the 5 losses on Ali's record came from an Eddie Futch fighter. And to be honest with you, Ken Norton got robbed 3 times. What you think about that, McQueen? I want to know your opinion on that.
No, that's spot on, and I think the thing that's like really impressive with Eddie Futch, in relation to what you just mentioned, is the fact that those guys had different styles too. Because sometimes you see certain coaches where they have their staples, and their fighters seem to inherit those.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I love me some Derrick James, but a Derrick James fighter when you see one.
Yeah.
Like, them guys is like double jab, then they throw the brick.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw out a name. Y'all can all disagree with me, but if you talk about, to me, coaches that improve their fighters the best, I gotta put Ben Davison up there as probably the best improvement coach there is.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best. And you know, he does a good job absorbing people. I don't know if you guys ever watch Dragon Ball Z, but he's like the Cell of boxing trainers, because he get around people and he kind of absorb them and kind of take the best of what they have. Because I actually seen him. I can't remember the one guy's name, but he had Ben Davis had him come to his camp, show him some stuff, and he pretty much absorbed everything that the guy was saying and kind of put it into his own. I think Ben Davison, if he keep going, he gonna be special, man, because he does a good job absorbing cats, man. I really think he does a good job of that.
You want to know what's impressive is that I don't know if Eddie Futch had the availability of film back then. Maybe he did. I think they did. Matter of fact, I think it was 8mm or whatever. They would have to look at it, but you have to study film in order to devise these things down. And I think the people who look at the film and can break down what they see on the film and then translate it into the training are the ones who take advantage of it. And like, to me, when we look at the film, with me, Ant,
And our crew get there and we look at the film, like we see things that we didn't see prior to the breaking down of the film. So like, yo, anybody who really, really does a very effective job of using film work in their training regimen will always have their fighters ready. And I believe Ben Davison always breaks down film. Like he always breaks down film. So he is definitely one of the people who makes your fighter look good because he knows what the other fighter is coming with, and he knows what his fighter is coming with, and he knows what he has to sharpen up, and he knows what he has to use against the person. I like Robert Garcia for that same reason. I mean, they study their opponents. They study their fighters. They look at what their fighter does and what their fighter needs to work on, and then they look at what this opposition is bringing and what they might need to incorporate within their game plan to help thwart the competition. And I mean, it's very imperative, and I don't think a lot of people place the necessary credence on film work in your training regimen. That's one thing that I know for a fact regarding Tank and his team. Kenny always looking at film. He looks at stuff that we don't even take into consideration and says, "Oh, I got something there." So you need that person, and if Bomac has a person, if Bomac is that person, when their team is together, whoever is breaking down their opponents, and I know they do it because they said that they were going to do it. You can hear them and between the rounds telling them that we knew he was going to do this. So, it's going to always have you like a step ahead and get your fighter ready. I agree with what Ant McQueen also said, as well as the brother Tony's reviews. You know what I'm saying? You want your trainer to be able to get you better than what you were before, and likewise, you don't want to have like I use producers. Scott Storch, he has a sound. You can always count on that sound to be there in that in any beat he puts together. Same thing with Timberland.
Oh yeah.
But you want somebody that's so unique, so different that, hey, what you bring to the table is how this beat is gonna go. RZA or whoever it is that makes the beats over there. I think it's RZA, right? RZA makes the beats over there.
Yeah, but you know it's RZA when he make them. He mean like a Kanye or like a Pharrell.
Kanye,
for real. That's who I was thinking. Neptunes.
Yeah, he's talking about where it could be like, like I didn't even know that Pharrell made
that ice cream.
Yeah,
what's her name? That lemonade.
Yeah, the Boys to the Yard song with Khalid.
Yeah.
I was like, don't even sound like Pharrell, but or when I found out Kanye made that song Stand Up for Ludacris, I would have never thought that was Kanye.
Yeah, so you want something like that. Because then you're taking what you got, like your palette, like a sculptor or artist. They say that they see within the medium that they're using the image there, and they're just freeing it up. They're using like texture, they're using color, they're using like chisels to free it out, just to unearth it, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I feel. I'm gonna go quiet though.
I'll say this, and I asked my man Frida. So I get what you're saying about Bomac. I honestly can say this though, Free. I don't know if you agree with me, but I don't see an equal for him. I don't see anybody who I think can even compete because I'm gonna be honest. I love Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso just has benefited from having the greatest fighter of our era. He's not that guy. Same thing with. Go ahead.
Hey, shout out to my man Judah Ben up in there. He made another correct analogy. I mean, a use of the name. DJ Premier is excellent at that. I'm sorry about that, but tell him stop texting in the damn chats and bring his punk ass up here.
Hey, but I ask you this, Free. So do you think there's an equal for him? Because one guy I don't talk about, and McQueen and Tony, you guys can tell me this if I'm wrong. I don't really give Angelo Dundee much credit because hell. You had Ali and Sugar Leonard. And I'll be honest, from what I've seen with Ali could have even been better if he would have had a stronger trainer. I don't know if people agree with that, Well, I think Ali could if Ali had Eddie Futch, can y'all imagine that? The nigga might have never lost. You know what I mean? I don't know what you guys think, man.
I don't know. I mean, we can't tell because just because that guy is a good trainer, it doesn't mean that fighter is going to take the training from that fighter. Like you got to be able to that fighter got to be able to believe in you and trust your training. If that fighter doesn't believe in you and doesn't trust you, yeah, he might hire to work with you, but then he gotta see, okay, is what he telling me is actually going to work. If he doesn't see any results, you didn't lost that fighter. That fight you could train that fighter as long as he keep you, but you
Mm-hmm.
lost that fighter. We see that with Tio. Yeah, Tio, he's a hell of a fighter, but he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't believe everything his father tell him but
Oh
he's
yeah.
too scared to go get another trainer because he don't want to hurt his father's feelings. But he doesn't believe everything his father says. So it's all about the communication and having the trust of your fighter. If you don't have the trust of your fighter, I don't care what kind of trainer you are, you're not going to be that good for that fighter. You can be a hell of a trainer, but if that fighter doesn't trust you, you're not going to be
Keep your
good for
camera
that
on, Dub,
fighter.
real quick. All right,
I
you good.
mean, I don't know. When I think of Dundee, I think about Ali, of course. I think about Sugar Ray. I think about like Michael Dunn. But most importantly, he trained George Foreman on his comeback and got him to be the oldest heavyweight champion still to this day in history. So I don't know. The dude's got a strong resume.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he
that's what I'm saying.
it's one. It's always been one and two. And McQueen, what would you say? It's always been Eddie Futch first, and Angie number two. What you think?
I gotta agree with both of those gentlemen, man. Especially what D Free said, because actually, right now, I'm in the process of reading this book, Cornerman,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about different trainers: Freddie Brown, Ray Arcel, Eddie Futch. I want to say like the first chapter is Dundee, and Muhammad Ali is known for being brash and being boisterous and all of that, but a lot of that came from Angelo Dundee.
Oh yeah.
Just like him instilling that type of confidence in him. Him and Bundini, you know what I mean? Like them dudes really spoke life into that guy and really made him believe in himself. Like there were fights where Ali wanted to quit,
Yeah.
but Dundee pushed him right back out there. So I agree with D Free when he says, like, yo, you gotta have complete trust and connectivity and synergy between the fighter and the trainer. Because another guy's like, yeah, he might have a good mind, but if he can't relate to him, then it's all for naught, right? And then also, like what my guy Tony just said, like he's
Mm-hmm.
got a hell of a resume, and I think that sometimes we kind of discount the importance of being able to take something and enhance it, right? Like I was talking
Mm-hmm.
to Thomas the other day about we were actually talking about Ben Davison, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
in that post-fight press conference, AJ said, I've always had the tools and I've cultivated my tools from being with different trainers from, Robert Garcia, Rob McCracken,
Mm-hmm.
Derek James. But Ben Davison is the one who really taught him how to use the tools.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
And
saying? And which tools are appropriate for the job at hand. So that's
and and,
important too.
Yeah,
and the
Cell is
thing is
special.
with
Go ahead.
being well, the thing is with Ben Davison. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Much love and respect. Ben Davison, he outside of just teaching you how to utilize your tools, he puts game plans together, excuse me, better than damn near any trainer we've seen in a long time. The game
Mm-hmm.
plan that he put together along with the teaching style that he has, like Ben Davison is a hell of a trainer, you know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a
Yeah,
trainer. And
for
so
sure.
when we speak on and I don't even know what this fucking conversation is real quick because I done heard Eddie Fudd. I done heard a lot of different shit, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what quite the conversation is. Just speaking on Ben Davidson though, AJ, he damn near saved AJ career. You know what I'm saying? And so I've always been a fan. He worked with Devin. in conjunction with Bill. You know what I'm saying? And he always put a great game plan together. And so I think, yeah, training the actual style is one thing, but also understanding how to put a game plan together and understanding what a fighter needs to do to go win a fight. I think that's what Ben Davidson is really masterful at.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I ask you guys an even deeper thing. So speaking of what you were saying, McQuinn, I remember reading a book about Angie, and Angie said Ali was so arrogant that he would have to say nice things to get him to do something. So if Ali wasn't throwing a jab, he'll say, "Kid, you look good throwing a jab. Kid, that jab looks great." And he would almost like get him to throw it by playing with his mind. And I honestly could say, I feel like if you think about it, just think with all the talent that Ali had, just think if he would have had 80 fucks in his ear. Because I'm gonna tell you this, people don't realize this. Ken Norton was an overachiever. So was Joe Frazier was an overachiever. These guys were overachievers. These guys did not have the same type of talent that Muhammad Ali had. They just or George Foreman. They just did not have that type of talent. So when I see guys who win who are less talented, I gotta equate that right to the trainer. You guys let me know if I'm wrong to think that.
Well, I just want to say this, and I'm gonna go silent for a minute.
Go ahead.
I look at them both, like thinking more about it, reflecting while everybody's talking. I think, truthfully, they're both number one. And the reason why I say that is you have two different styles of trainers. Dundee, in my opinion, is the best for building you from ground zero to a champion. Eddie, on the other hand, is the best at taking a guy who's already established and making him better. So if you're looking for like your enhancer, he would be number one. I don't think, because every time Dundee took on fighters that were established, outside of like George Foreman, he really didn't do that great in their career. I mean, you think about Oscar lost underneath him, Trevor Berwick lost underneath him. So I don't think he was that good at like getting fighters better. He was more like a ground up, whereas Eddie, he could take you and make you better than you ever were. So I think they're both number one in their own field.
Yeah, and I can't fault Dundee because of Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali, because if anything, I gotta give him more credit, because if it wasn't for him, Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali wouldn't be who they was. It was because of him they was who they was. So I can't
You
fault
think
him
so?
for
With
that.
them both winning gold at the Olympics? Come on, Free.
No, he still was their trainer. You can have. I mean, we seen daggone who was it? What's the guy name? The guy with Parkinson's disease. Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach get a lot of guys that's already established, and he don't make them better. A lot of times he makes them worse.
I ain't gonna say worse. I ain't gonna say worse.
You
No,
cold.
I seen him have guys, and they look worse than what they looked before he got with him.
Hey, shout out to Shake 'em Up Freddie, man. Shake 'em Up Freddie.
I seen him take guys that he made them look worse than what they had, because you're trying to teach an old dog new tricks, and sometimes that hurts them more than it helps them. Like you want to teach them new tricks, but at sometimes you just got to enhance what they already know. Because if you get a guy that's too old, you can't give him no new tricks. Now you got him out there trying to learn new stuff, and he's getting beat up even worse.
But what a great trainer does, especially a trainer who is grabbing somebody from that already kind of has a solidified pedigree in the sport. What you look to do is to enhance what they do well. One of the reasons Deontay Wilder and what's the brother name? Oh my God, Breland is trying to make Deontay Wilder fight the way he fought. And it's like, wait a minute, Deontay Wilder don't fight on the back foot. He ain't fit to move around the ring. That nigga need to be trying to land the right hand and set the right hand up. That's it. That's what you need to be training them to do. And so that's where it takes a very. There are certain trainers that you always seen, they have a certain way. This is how I want to train an individual, right? This is what I want them to do to be successful. You can't do that if you want to be a successful trainer for different styles. The reason being is because what you do for one individual is not going to be what you do for another individual. And so that's the thing. I think when you see somebody like a Freddie Roach, Freddie Roach, he got a certain way he want to train you. Floyd, not Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones coming into training a certain way. He wants you to fight like him. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. At the same
Right.
time, that's only effective for you. I need to be able to have different fighters and be able to cultivate their style of fighting and make them the best at what they do. And that's the most interesting thing about it is a lot of these guys, and even like I believe Tony was saying earlier, um, Eddie Futch, he was able to do that. But at the same time, Angelo Dundee, he wasn't able to do that. He was, I'm gonna build you, and I'm gonna put your style of fighting together. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Eddie Futch had kind of that more different style of, I can see what you do well, and I can enhance it and make you better at that piece of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that just goes into the difference in the style of training. But Eddie Futch would be much more effective to solidify boxers. Now, if you want to talk about them coming from the ground up, okay, then we it's a conversation. But at the same time, a lot of guys go through multiple trainers, and so if you're gonna go through multiple trainers, you got to find somebody who is able to take what you've already learned and enhance it. And Eddie Futch was more of that than what Dundee was.
Ah,
I don't know. Angelo, his fighters didn't go through multiple coaches because they didn't have to. They stuck with him
they
from the
stay with
beginning to
him.
the
Yeah.
end. And
Agree.
I think he I mean, I'd have to look it up, but he might have trained more world champions from the ground up than any other coach ever.
Might have.
I'm asking the Queen this, man. I'm gonna ask him and Tommy this question because this is the thing that get me. So we just talked about Freddie Roach, who actually came directly from Eddie Futch, who tried to have you fight a certain way. But let me ask you this: what about those guys that we see in boxing who are missing a trainer? Like a T.O. needs a trainer. What's the guy? Brian Norman Jr. needs a trainer immediately. He should fire his dad
Uh,
yesterday. He
don't,
needs a trainer
No.
immediately.
don't do B Norman like that.
But
Don't do B Norman
Immediately.
like that.
Hold on. You can never have a trainer tell you, I don't know. Do something. I don't know. You can never have that. But I want you guys, I want my man Tommy and Aunt McQueen to let me know what you guys think about that.
you go ahead, Tony.
I'm sorry, what was the
Go ahead,
question?
Tony. No, what I'm saying is, do you say that about having a great trainer, but do you guys notice how different fighters are when they don't have a great trainer and they just all talent? Look at Devin Haney. Look at Teofimo Lopez. They don't have good trainers, and look what they're doing without a trainer. So is that an important piece to the puzzle having a trainer, or do you just need a guy who can get you some water? What you guys think?
I would say, as far as Devin Haney goes, the verdict's out. We don't know how good or bad Bill Haney is. We just know he's done really well with his son. Um, if he was to take on a multitude of fighters, we don't know if he'd be able to get them to the same status as his son or not. So I would say the verdict is out whether Haney's doing it on talent alone or if
Mm-hmm.
Bill's boxing mind is behind him as
But
well.
but
I
but
will agree
Tony,
with
real
you,
quick, Tony.
huh?
In that situation, Bill, respectfully to him, he done brought in multiple trainers. You know what I'm saying? Outside of him training alone, he done brought in the top guys to train Devin. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah, but Dub, at the end of the day, whenever Devin goes to the corner, it's Bill in his ear. It's Bill leading the corner.
For
agree,
sure.
agree, agree.
Regardless if he's brought in a good team. And even if you look at that, look at every NFL coach. Every NFL coach brings in a good offensive and defensive coordinator. I mean,
Or
that's a
try
part of
to.
coaching. That's a part of
Yeah.
coaching to have the
Yep.
right guys around your fighter so he is most successful. So, I mean, you could
Teofimo
consider.
Senior ain't doing that.
No. I didn't even get a T.O. yet. Now, as far as T.O. is concerned, I would agree. I have never heard any wise words from Senior. And I
Get
think
this bum
T.O. is
out of
just,
here.
That's
yeah.
all he
T.O.
says.
is just
You're
running his
doing
mouth.
great, kid. Knock him out. That's all
Knock
he
him
says.
out. Hit him. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Come on, bro.
Yeah, there's no information there. But T.O., yeah, that's raw talent.
Yeah. And McQueen, the reason I asked you, man, because I know you study boxing like I do, and when you see a guy like Devin and Tio who don't have a trainer, you just say, man, what if Bomac? I always think, what if Bomac trained Devin Haney? I think Devin Haney would be a monster.
I
I don't
think
know,
with
baby. Go ahead.
and I'll say this. I think the other part of it is this. Just like fighters have to continue to grow, so do trainers. In every other arena, those who are teachers, they got to go through seminars, recertified, get different licenses, and attend different courses in order to stay abreast to newer teaching methods, things that may be more effective, more efficient. So I think that with trainers, it can't just be like, all right, I've learned this much, and then I got a towel over my shoulder, and that's the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like, you got to continue to grow too. So to Bill's credit, like what Tony was saying, he has brought in other guys and let Devin, like, remember Devin was working with Floyd Sr. at one point. They brought Ben Davis in there, so I respect that, man. Because again, in other sports, like shit, look at football. Look at how many coaches you have in football. You got the head coach who's kind of like the CEO. Then you got the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator. Then you have coaches for position groups. You got the linebacker coach, the defensive back coach, the running back coach, the quarterback coach. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. And it goes down the line. And I have actually heard Bill give Devin some sound advice, because one thing that I did notice from watching a lot of film on Dev is that he has an issue with probing. And a lot of times when he's probing, he's kind of like pulling back on a straight line, and he gets touched up quite a bit when he's doing so. So I'm listening in between rounds, and Bill is trying to tell him, like, hey, you got to pivot out. You can't just pull straight back like that. You fighting the guy's a southpaw, look to land the right hand, throw your brick. Yours is faster than his. Try to, throw it straight and get straight, straight down the middle. Nice and calm.
Hey, McQueen, you gotta calm down now. You finna get in trouble from BVO. You talking too good about Devin. You can't say those type of things now. You can't say those type of things.
Keep cooking,
I
man.
don't hate the kid.
You don't.
I don't hate the kid, but I just like to put him in the hospital, though. I like to send his ass to the damn ambulance.
So I don't hate the kid.
Nah, but yeah, man, I think that's the key too. That's the other part of it. It's like, as a trainer, you got to continue to build up. You got to continue to grow, just like your fighters have to grow. In order for your cup to run it over, you got to make sure your cup is full. Know what I mean? So
let me ask. I want to ask you one quick question. Go ahead, BVO. Go ahead, BVO.
So what I'm saying is, when you said the brick hand, he had a brick in the ring or something.
Nah, you talking about his red hand, his right hand.
Man, stop the cap, bro. I know you did not ask that question.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
The brick hand has everybody know what the brick hand is. It's your off power hand, nigga. That's the brick hand.
I know Devin Haney had a power hand.
Here we go. Here we go with the cap.
We saw the brick hand when he fought Regis.
We definitely saw the brick hand on that one.
He didn't finish him though.
No. And to speak to that, so you can't have criticism of Shakur, because when Shakur has people in the woozy state, he at least is right there trying to finish them off. Now he might not get the finish, but he is. So you got to stop hating on Shakur with that. Then if you gon' not hammer Devin for that same fact. Nah, I'm not saying Devin deserved to be hammered. I'm just saying we got to be fair across the board.
Tommy,
Dub, you good? It's your son to shine. Go ahead and shine, baby boy.
No, I ain't trying to shine. I'm just gonna tell the truth now. I'm gonna tell the truth.
What shine the truth on this?
We ain't nobody criticized Shakur for the only thing Shakur got criticism for was the Edward De Los Santos fight, because hell, he didn't even let the brick hand go. You know what I'm saying? He ain't hurt he wasn't even trying to hurt the man. and maybe he was injured, whatever. All I'm saying, that's the only criticism we've ever given Shakur. And so all I'm saying, when y'all telling me that Devin, when Bill is saying let the brick hand go, and now so all of a sudden, even though we all seen Regis on his ass, we seen him stumbling around the ring and shit. Devin ain't got no damn. Okay, cool. He ain't got no power. Who done walked through him? And how can you have it? I ain't saying you, Thomas, because you actually keep it a buck. You keep it a buck.
Linares ran through him. What you talking about?
Linares walked Devin down.
He was just too old. He was about to stop Devin. He just was too old.
He didn't walk Devin down, and he caught Devin with a good shot. That was it.
A couple good shots.
He caught Devin with a good shot. That was it.
See,
A couple good shots.
I'm not even defending it, but BBO gonna sit out here and gonna cap.
That was the only flurry.
Everybody's seen the fight.
That was the only
we all
flurry
seen
that Linares had the whole. That was the only flurry. That was the only flurry that Linares had the whole entire fight.
The only success he had in the fight, he was getting his ass whooped the entire fight,
and still lost a round too. By the way, he's definitely lost that round.
Well, you know, hey McQueen.
Hold on, wait. All this is said, and BVO got to rebuttal some bullshit. Respect.
Hey, do me a favor. Drop the link in the chat real fast.
I got you.
I'm hopping on the computer.
Shoot. Man, he just threw me off. Dang. I'm about to say something.
And I'm about to talk about Devin because I don't think he's that good, but I'll tell you why. I'll be right back.
Well, Doug, you finished? Because, you know, I wanted to chime in. I know I wasn't asked about it, but I'll chime in.
Yeah, go ahead, Tommy. We definitely asking you, man.
You just had me on timeout, man. But, you know, it's all good, Doug. I take my punishment like a champ.
Here we go. You have
I want to say that, like, everybody who has spoke on the topic is absolutely correct about it. Should be the corner is very, very instrumental in a fighter's development and success in that ring. And I think to further rewind that, the corner that has the old school teaching and old school wherewithal knowledge of how to actually govern a fight and govern their fighter within the fight actually serves the best. Now, that being the case, there are fighters like that can definitely benefit people who have immense talent, but don't seem to have the experience that is necessary in their corner. And yes, you highlighted the ones. I will say that Bill is very astute. He's a very smart person, and he knows that by himself, he's not going to match up against some of these other people. And that's why he brings, whenever he has an opponent of certain thing, he brings people in there to help his son get prepared for it. He does happen to give pretty good advice every now and again in that ring too, and it pans out. And so far, you can't do nothing but applaud them for what they have done. Tio's dad is, I think, always inside and outside. Me and you have talked about this, BBO, has always been a hindrance to his development.
Yeah. Hey, real fast. Sorry to interrupt. Thomas Hill, is that a legit person?
Yeah, that's a legit person.
Okay, because I clicked that link and it didn't lead nowhere, so I was scared for a moment. But I'm back. I was scared. Hey, my shit already been hacked once. Ain't trying to do it again.
Yo, that link didn't go?
Nah.
Go ahead, Tommy. My bad. Go ahead, man.
I might have put the wrong link. My bad, Pat. But yeah, you know,
man.
Norman definitely looking for some different assistance if I'm him. You got to have, sometimes, like you said, it takes a team. See, Brian McIntyre has a team together, and they all each delegate responsibility so that they can do the very best at what they do. So they together as a conglomerate put together a plan that's going to better succeed for their fighter. And that's sometimes you know, it's better to have people there because we all need fresh eyes. Many hands make light work.
Yeah,
4 eyes give you better vision. So you know what I'm saying? You know, we definitely can't discount the presence of a great cornerman. because most of the people that you can read throughout the annals of time in the sport of boxing, the history of boxing, had great cornermen. And
Hey, I want.
go ahead.
No,
My bad.
no, my bad. Go
No,
ahead.
you
My
good.
bad.
You good. I was just gonna say I believe Angelo Dundee is one of the best cornermen of all time, and in fact, so much so that in a book that chronicles the best cornerman in the history of the sport, he was in there.
I think Mundini had more to do with Ali than people give credit.
But he was
But I want to.
instrumental. He was instrumental. That's what Ant was talking about. Yo, he was speaking life. The other one was feeding life into him. So you got one speaking it, the other one feeding it and instill it. And so that when he's going through the toughest of times, there's still that light that shines within him that says, you know what? We could be in here before. And then, in the movie, I think that interplay with how he was talking to himself is exactly his feedback to the movie. Like, yo, when I would go through this stuff, this is what I would do. And they chronicled that. And you can see that's the product of those people in his corner going through that fight when he's got to navigate or he's got to mitigate through some very tough times.
So that might have been Angie. That's a good point.
But
McQueen, let me ask you hold on,
also
before you go, Doug, let me ask McQueen something real quick. Hey, McQueen, let me ask you this. So did you hear about the news recently where they just named Teofimo Lopez and George Camboso as undisputed champions now because they have been wrongly denied that opportunity because the WBC.
Who cares? Who cares?
Hold on, Dub. I want to hear from McQueen.
Don't got shit to do with nothing.
Let me finish what I'm saying. So McQueen, I'm gonna ask you this: you think so? With Tio being able to become an undisputed champion with no trainer, does that put him in a special light, or what you think, man?
No,
it's no. I was gonna say no. Yeah, I think it's circumstantial. All of this stuff is circumstantial. I mean,
In what way?
Because being a champion is great and all, but the thing is it's about opportunity, and sometimes guys are faced with layups. You might get a little alley-oop. I don't think everybody's route to championship is the same.
Well, what a guy like Tio never had any help. That's why I'm wondering why you would say that.
No, he had help. I think that he got him to a certain level, and then the guys that he faced, it was enough for him to deal with what he had to deal with. But then now when you see him in certain matchups, you can't say to yourself, well, all right, he's just having a bad night, or this is just a mental lapse. It's like, nah, this is a reoccurring thing against a certain style and a certain type of opponent.
McQueen, let me ask you real quick. What's that style?
Well, for one, it's most apparent or it's most glaring when you see him in an open stance matchup.
Okay.
That's first and foremost. That's the one thing I noticed. That's the thing that them two guys had in common where he looked really, really bad. It was open stance, and he just didn't really seem to. I don't know if he didn't have an understanding or he just didn't care to establish lead foot dominance and block
what 2
the
fights
exit.
you talking about? Which 2 fights you talking about?
Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz.
Okay, go ahead.
Them two fights in particular.
Aren't those the guys that ran? Ain't those the guys that ran from Tio?
Calm down, BVO.
Nah, they didn't run from him. Those are the two guys that he didn't block the exit on.
Hold on. McQueen, how can you blame somebody if somebody's running from you, putting their back to you?
How can you blame somebody? Nobody was putting their back to him. He just wasn't blocking the exit. You got to put your lead foot on the outside of that person's lead foot. You got fighters like Tim Tszyu who don't have the fastest of feet. He's not fleet of foot at all. If
But
this
can cut
guy
the rings off.
Exactly, if this guy can corral a guy who moves as good as Brian Mendoza, there's no excuse for a guy as athletic as Teofimo Lopez.
Tony Harrison. Like, come on, man.
But wasn't Jermaine Ortiz more athletic than Tio in that case? I would say.
No, Tio was just putting himself in bad positioning.
But why did he bring?
Hey, McQueen. Hey, McQueen. Who won that fight? Who did you have winning that fight, Tio or Jermaine Ortiz?
I had Jermaine Ortiz winning.
Hey, BVO, you owe me $100, BVO. You owe me $200, actually $200. Hey, I bet BVO that he would win that fight, that Ortiz would win the fight, and simply because it's a bad style matchup for Tio. Tio struggled with certain styles, and guess what we seen in the fight? You brought up the open stance. The other thing is Tio, he struggles when he has to be first. If he got to be a come forward fighter, now fighting off the back foot countering, oh he fantastic at that. Hence the reason he beat the shit out of Josh Taylor. But if he got to be first and he got to be the one coming forward, oh he gonna struggle all night. Why?
Yep.
Because he don't utilize his jab the way he should. His athleticism ends up being up instead of to the side the way it need to be. He should be shuffling to the sides, changing angles. That ain't what he do. What he do? He want to come forward, and then if you're not close enough, leap and try to throw a hook at your ass.
Yep.
Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Overextends and overcommits a lot.
What are you doing?
That's how he got dropped by Sandor.
Sandor Martin. Yeah.
Hold on. That wasn't a drop. That was a slip. Come on,
that was
not no slip.
Hey, he got dropped twice in that. He got dropped twice in that fight. Matter of fact, twice.
One was a slip, and then the other one, I think the other
Dude be reaching and overcommitting like crazy.
It's like, bro, certain styles give him trouble, and I mean, it's I don't know, man. At some point in time, we got to call Tio what he is, and
I mean that's not a bad thing. That's for all fighters. All fighters has a certain style that gives them trouble. It's just the good fighters are the ones that able to overcome those troubles.
But we expect Tio to fight better fighters. And if Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor Martin going to give you trouble, when you get to if you fight a Devin, if you fight a Sabril Matias, even though Sabril Matias kind of falls into Tio wheelhouse, I think Sabril Matias fall into Tio wheelhouse, so I think that's a little different fight. I think that's a really close fight. I'm picking Tio to beat him
to death.
Yeah, I'm picking Tio.
Matias will get knocked out in the first round. He won't make it past the first round.
Tony, you said
the
Go ahead, Tony.
But see, that's
Tony, that's crazy.
Hold on. You forget Matias has been dropped before by people with no power, and he's been beat already. The thing about Matias is this. He looks good against cab drivers like Deontay Wilder. He looks indestructible against cab drivers, except he's actually lost to a cab driver. Matias has no defense. He's reckless. He throws 100% of his weight behind his punches with no defense to follow.
But the first round?
Hold on. Yes, because that's how he comes. He comes full throttle. Tio will counter him and put him down and put him out because he has no defense. He's reckless.
I picked Tio to win that fight, but in the first round, I think that's
the reason why I picked Tio. That's the reason why I picked Tio to get stopped by Tank Davis, because Tio's going to have to be first against Tank Davis. Tank Davis ain't going to be. He ain't going to be first. He's going to make Tio to be first because Tank Davis is also a counter puncher like Tio is. So
I agree.
The thing is,
but hold on, you got to remember, Tank is at 130, ain't he? And he at 130?
135.
Oh, 135. I mean,
BBO trolling.
He's too little, man. I don't know why I'm too little.
But yo, I want to get into this. I said it earlier. Hold on, no, I said it earlier. I want to get into this. I don't think Devin's that good, and I'm gonna tell you why. All right. I think Devin has been great against the competition he's been put in there against, but I'm about to make a very good point right now. And I honestly believe Ryan is about to beat him. He's about to shock the world, everybody, because I don't think Devin's that good. And let me explain. So when Devin got to actual competition, I would say the first person he fought was Santiago, okay? That was his actual first competition. And he struggled bad against Santiago, real bad against the jab, okay?
He stopped Santiago.
Huh?
He knocked Santiago out.
Yeah, he beat him to death.
No, he did not. He went 12 rounds with Santiago. What are you talking about? Alfredo Santiago, he went 12 rounds with, and he struggled.
They thinking of another fighter.
No. Moran. He stopped Moran. Santiago was no. He right.
Keep on going. I'm following you. I'm listening to you.
But once again, hold on. Once again,
no. I was making a point.
Let him go, Dub. Let him go.
It was a 9-3-8-4 fight. Easy.
Hold on. No, it wasn't. I don't care what the scorecard said. I watched the fight. I saw it with my eyes.
Just
I
like
do
we know
too.
Ortiz beat T.O. We saw in a fight, but the judges said T.O. beat him by a landslide. Anyway,
He
That's a
did.
fact too.
I digress.
117, 112.
So here's the deal.
This
The
nigga.
first guy, and I'm about to make a point right here. The first guy he stepped up against in competition level, we found out Santiago really wasn't that good. He struggled against the jab. All right. He then goes on to fight a midget in Gamboa and beats him. Then he fights Linares and damn near gets put down in the 10th round against an old Linares who was ring rusty. Okay.
But he beat Linares every round. He beat him every
Can
round.
I finish, Dub? Can you have impulse control real fast? I'm
Well,
gonna
if
make
you
a
go,
point.
we got
I'm
to.
gonna
Okay,
make
go
a
ahead.
point.
Make
I'm
your point.
gonna make
Make
a
your
point.
point.
If you
Make
just
your
sit
point.
back, be quiet for 2
I
seconds.
got you. I got you. I ain't saying shit, Tony. You know you're my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah. So after he damn near gets stopped by Linares and he holds on like a baby to his mama for the next 2 rounds, he then goes on to fight Jojo Diaz, who, like Gamboa, is a midget. He then moves on from Diaz to fight Kambosos twice, who is a midget. Then he goes on after that to fight Lomachenko, who is a midget. Then he goes on after that to fight Prograis, who is a midget. Now he's going to fight a guy who's taller than him, who's the same size as him, just like Linares was, and just like Santiago was. The fact of the matter is this. When Devin actually fights guys his own size that aren't midgets, that he doesn't outweigh by 25 pounds, he doesn't look that great. And now he's going to get in there with a young guy who's actually taller than him, just as fast with him with the hands, who's not going to let him off the hook like Linares did.
Hey,
So
hey,
we're going to see what Devin can do when he's not.
$100 bet, Tony. $100 bet, Tony.
Did you pay BBO his $100?
Ask
Yeah, he paid
BBO.
me.
Ask
He
BBO.
paid me.
He actually did pay BBO his bread.
Hey,
though.
hey,
You
hey,
know that
hey!
nigga- Even though that nigga lost that fight.
I pay my money when the bet is made. I send my money from the beginning. Don't do me like that now. Don't do that.
I'm just asking.
Hey, you see, people they're gonna vouch for me because they know I ain't gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap. I'm gonna keep. If I'm a bet you, I'm a bet you. $100 bet. I will send it to BBO right now.
The only problem.
Hold on, wait. Is
He
the
don't
man
want
gonna take the bet?
no smoke. He don't want no smoke, though. He don't want no
Oh
smoke.
man, come on. See, niggas will talk all this shit, but niggas will talk all this shit, but they won't put their money where their mouth. I mean,
Hey, Dub.
my bad.
When
I'm out of order.
Linares hit him, was he playing another slow jam? Making it swing down to that point. Hold on.
Hey, when Linares hit his ass, that nigga didn't know where he was at, but I ain't gonna hold you. I see, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. And damn right, he held on and survived them last 2 rounds. Guess what?
I ain't mad at him.
Sometimes you gotta do it, damn it. Sometimes that's what you gotta do to win a fight. I ain't mad.
The only problem I have.
But you want me to? I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna say this real fast.
Are you taking the bet? No, are you taking the bet? Yes or no?
I'm about to state something to you real fast. So here's the deal. I bet somebody on here $15,000. I never got paid. I bet people here 100, 1,000, never got paid. So here's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna send my money to BBO right now. I'm gonna send it right now. Right now. If you say yes now, I'm gonna send BBO the money at this current moment in time.
Can I finish?
Oh, my bad. I'm just saying, don't put me in the conversation with them niggas.
Can I finish?
I'm gonna pay mine.
Can I finish?
Go ahead, Tony down.
Yeah, you know what it is? Let me talk.
Go ahead, Tony.
So here's what I do, all right? I will bet you push-ups for the first bet. If you actually do push-ups for me, then we can move to money.
Nigga, I'm gonna send the money from the beginning. I ain't doing push-ups. I ain't doing all of that. I ain't doing all of that. If you don't want the money back, that's fine.
Like me and BBO go way back. I don't even know him like that.
Well, you tell me who to send the money to. I'll send it to you. I'll send it directly to you.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Tony, man.
Hey, that man believe in Devin. He believe in Devin.
Tony don't want it. He don't want it, man. He don't want it. Tony don't want it. Go ahead, Free.
While they sorting that out, what was you about to say, McQueen?
Me and you disagree with a lot of fights. We do. Okay?
That's a yes or no, Tony. I want to get back to the conversation.
Very, 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 very problem. It's very simple. We take the first bet. You throw the push-ups on it. You earn my trust. You do the push-ups on camera.
Tony said no, man.
And then we throw money on it.
Tony said no. Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead, Free. My bad.
The only problem I have with what Tony said about Ryan and Devin is, yeah, all of that you said about Devin is true or whatever. The only problem I have is Ryan doesn't have the mental as those other guys. Ryan is somebody who will give up in the ring. I
What?
think Ryan will. We seen Ryan give up.
No, he
ain't
did
like that's
not. No, he did not.
no. Did you not see Ryan get put down by Tank Davis and he waited till the ref said 10 and then
Yeah,
stood
but
right up?
D, can I expound on that real fast?
Hold on, no, let him finish. Let him finish.
So I don't have faith in Ryan's mental. Now Ryan might go out there and stop Devin. I'm not doubting that he won't stop Devin. He has the power to be able to do it. Will he be able to land the punch? I don't know. I'm not very high on that because one thing that we do know that Devin does is he takes away your number one shot. Whatever your go-to is, he takes that away from you. The same thing Tank Davis do. He knows to take away your best attribute. So I don't think you going in there with Ryan Garcia. Everybody knows Ryan Garcia number one shot is the left hook. The daggone people that never watch boxing know that's Ryan's number one shot. You are not going to beat a guy like Devin Haney with only one attribute. You're not going to come in there and just say, "Oh, I got to land this left hook, and I know I'm a stop." Devin Haney's going to be. He's going. Yeah, he's knocked other people out. He hasn't knocked Devin Haney out. He hasn't knocked nobody out top level with that left hook. The only people he knocked out with that left hook, they were not top level fighters.
Javier Fortuna was top level. He was 2 division champion.
Stop the cap. Stop. No, you capping. Javier Fortuna. Hold on. Before.
No. I was already talking.
Well, you don't want to bet. You don't want to bet, so I'm gonna cut your ass off. Respectfully. I'm gonna cut your ass off because you ain't trying to put the money up. My bad. Go ahead. My bad, Tony. Tony, I'm out of order. Tony. I'm out of order. I apologize. I apologize. Go ahead.
I already better do something that ain't gonna cost you nothing. You just don't want to go through with it. I said you run this push-up bet.
No, Tony, stop talking about that, bro. You already said no. Go about what you was talking about.
No, I said we run this push-up bet, and then after that we could put money on the line.
That's no. Go,
all
man.
Right. So, anyways, I done forgot what the fuck. Okay, yeah, Ryan Garcia giving up. That's where I was going. So here's the deal. We already seen Ryan drop once prior to Tank, and that was against Luke Campbell, right? Who was high opposition. Was he ever a champion? No, but he had been in championship fights, and he was a top 5 ranked lightweight when he fought him. So that was definitely high-level quality opposition. He got up. He went on to knock out Luke Campbell to win that fight. So he did go through adversity. What you left out, D-Free, was this. Tank Davis had no confidence in beating Ryan Garcia. Why do I say that, Tony? Oh, I'll answer it for you. The reason why is Tank wouldn't fight him at 140 like he did Mario Barrios, where he became a fake champion. Tank made him come down to 136. He wouldn't even meet Ryan in the middle at 137.5. He made him come down to 136. Then not only did he make him come down to 136, but he made sure Ryan Garcia couldn't put weight back on. He put a rehydration clause on him. Now, not only did he put a rehydration clause on him, but they were supposed to weigh in the morning of the fight at 10 a.m. Guess what? That didn't happen. They waited till 1 p.m. before they did the weigh-in, so they delayed Ryan Garcia by an extra 3 hours before he could start regaining weight to even drain him even more before he got into that ring. So if you want to say Ryan's a quitter because he didn't get up when he was weight drained, couldn't put on his weight when he was supposed to, had all odds against him, then yeah, I guess he's a quitter. But this ain't a weight drained Ryan Garcia going in there against Devin. He's going to be 100% firing on all cylinders. Completely.
And that's why I love it, because I want Ryan Garcia at his motherfucking best. I want to see him. I want to see that nigga at his best. So when Devin beat the
what Tony left out was the fact that Ryan Garcia and his father said, "Well, I don't rehydrate but to 145 anyway." What he also left out was Ryan Garcia was the A side in the first fight when they were supposed to fight. He pulled out of that fight. So,
and talking about old shit again, Free.
What else he left out was the fact that Tank Davis said if he would have came down to 135, there wouldn't have been no rehydration clause. What else he left out was the fact that Ryan Garcia could have fought him at 135. He fought him at 136. He could have fought him at 135. So that was all. That was Ryan Garcia.
136. Okay, so
one second. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Tony. 1 second. McQueen, I can't let you sit in here, man. You know too much. Let me ask you a question real quick, McQueen. So when you hear about the whole weight thing, do you hold it against Tank for having moles in Ryan's camp? What you think about that, McQueen? Because I feel like Tank cheated Ryan. Go ahead.
Nah, I don't
Hey
care about
McQueen, hey McQueen, do you think they should take the bet that I'm offering?
Yeah, take the bet, take the bet, man.
He
Get the
don't want
money.
to take my bet. I said, do 100 push-ups on
Can we start
He
bringing
want
that
that
up,
money,
man?
man. He want that money. He want that
Yeah,
money.
yeah, yeah. I want to
That
make
man
sure. I want to make
that man
sure
said
he actually good on it. So do the 100 push-ups, then we'll put
I'ma
money on
send
it.
you the
you
money.
going
I'ma
hold
send
up,
it
hold
to
up. But
you.
the thing is, Tony, the thing is, you said you don't get the money. You haven't got paid from previous bets. He said he's going to give you the money now.
I'ma send you the
I'm getting the
$100,
money.
and then I'm
He said
gonna have
tonight.
I'm
He
gonna
said
believe
right
in
now.
you. I'm gonna believe in you to send me my 200 back. That's what I'm saying.
You
You know
don't have
Doug
to
want to see
worry
that.
about getting paid. He's
He
giving you the
said,
money
"Cause
now.
Dylan
Hey,
gonna put the things on your boy, dog." That's what he's saying.
hey, he that boy Doug like losing money, man. Ryan about to beat the
Hey,
he
hey,
about to
Me,
beat the
BBO,
fried
me
chicken
hold on,
out
hey,
of him, man.
BBO, hold on, watch
I'm
this.
gonna tell you
Hold
this.
on, hold on, watch this, Tony. Hold on, Tony. Hold on, Tony. Watch this. BBO, me and you done bet multiple times. Is that true or false?
That's true.
When we bet, do I send you the money immediately?
Yeah. Have you ever beat me in a bet?
Yes. Nah,
That nigga,
No,
I
that
you
nigga.
haven't. No, I
Listen.
haven't.
I'm
No,
gonna tell you. I'm
no,
gonna tell you
no,
this.
I
I'm gonna tell you
haven't.
this.
I
I'm gonna
haven't.
tell you this.
This
I'm
nigga,
gonna tell you
this
this.
nigga done beat me in it. We done bet. I think we done bet 3 times. BB done beat me every time. That's a fact.
Look, I'm
That's a fact.
gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Me and Doug Rightside made a bet for the end of the NFL season. He already gave me the $100.
I'm gonna send the money first, bro. Like I'm not. I ain't. I'm a. I stand on my word, bro. I stand on my word, and
Man,
so
man.
it's sitting in my
I'm gonna
cash app
send you.
right now. It's sitting in the cash app right now.
And
Respectfully,
I'm gonna send you the money, bro. You just
McQueen,
make the bet. We
he
got
said
witnesses.
no. He said no. He said no,
All right,
Doug.
never mind.
Don't
My
bully
bad.
him. Don't
so
let
since
little
we
dude from across the street alone, man.
since
Leave
we
little
not
dude
talking
from
about the
across the street
bet,
alone.
let my man McQueen cook.
Go ahead, McQueen.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
McCain.
My bad, man. Y'all know I be trying to bet a
You
motherfucker. Y'all
asking
know.
is
You only did that
you
because
asking
McQueen is
is the
black.
weight of what's the name? Was the weight an issue?
No, okay, let me rephrase the question. What I was saying is, do you give Tank full credit, even though he technically cheated Ryan by having a mole in his camp and draining him? Do you still give Tank credit for that fight?
Oh no, fighters been getting intel forever. Forever in a day. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to you know,
You would cheat like that, McQueen?
What are you talking
shoot
about,
like
BBL?
what?
Is that cheating?
You would have a mole. You would send a mole in my
Hold
camp.
on. See, this what BBL tried to trip everybody up at. He said he had a mole in the camp. A mole is somebody that you plant in the camp. That wasn't Tank Davis' mole. That was somebody that Ryan Garcia hired to spar. He hurt Ryan Garcia and got sent home. He went to Tank Davis and said, "Hey, that man sent me home because I hurt him."
Yeah.
Hold on. We seen
Word
Jeremy
got
Lin.
out.
Hold on 1 second. We seen Jeremy Lin get on camera and say, "I'm Ryan. I'm sorry for hurting your ribs. I'm sorry." Like, come on,
Yeah,
dude. Ryan had
that
everything
was
against you, man.
Ryan Garcia's employee at the time. Ryan Garcia hired him to spar. Tank Davis didn't say go spar with Ryan Garcia.
Instead
Yo,
of
That's not a
calling him
mole.
instead of calling him a
No,
mole, call him a whistleblower. He ended up being
yo,
a whistleblower. That's what he was.
come on, man. McQueen.
Ryan Garcia did not hire him. Joe Goosen did. He came from Joe Goosen and Joe Goosen's gym. That had nothing to do with Ryan
Who
Garcia.
cares?
But I want to circle back full circle to what you said, D.
Hold on, let McQueen
You
talk,
said a
man.
whole.
Hold on,
Huh?
wait, Tony. Let McQueen finish. Go ahead, McQueen.
Nah, I don't think there's anything wrong with using the intel that you got. Shit. Remember what's my guy's name? Andre Ward, Chad
Mm-hmm.
Dawson. Hey, I heard about what happened in sparring.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Chad Dawson got his ass knocked out of sparring.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned it. As far as the weight thing, no, because it wasn't weight. That wasn't the reason why Ryan lost. Ryan lost because he didn't understand fucking lead hand control. That was the problem right there. If you watch that fight, you see how many times he was getting his damn lead hand pinned up, and then he was still being hard headed, trying to throw that left hook. He could literally feel that left hook
Coming. Yeah.
being released. You know what I mean?
And,
So
And one thing we always got to give Tank credit for is one of the greatest things. And when he's when he's fighting an orthodox fighter, that being able to control the opponent's lead hand. Tank is masterful at that. That's one of the greatest things that he brings to the sport, in my opinion.
Shit,
And
you can hear Coach Calvin screaming in the corner. Keep touching him. Keep touching him. Keep touching him.
Hey,
I
not
want to do this because we keep going down a rabbit hole and it's not coming back full circle. So I want to bring it back full circle. I want to come back to the beginning. So here's the deal. I don't know what you're talking about, D, about Tank saying there'd be a 135 no rehydration clause and all this bullshit, because Ryan Garcia is on record. You can see multiple videos.
Bro, stop trying to defend Ryan Garcia if you're not gonna bet on him. If you're not gonna bet on him, don't defend him.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Dub. Don't do that, Dub.
No, I'm mad right now. I'm hot right now. I'm hot. No, I'm done.
We'll run the bet. Whatever.
Hey, put your cash app in the background.
I don't need to put it. Whenever the time comes, you'll get it.
No, I'm gonna put the cash app in the background so I can send you the money. So I don't want to hear nothing about that cheating. I don't want to hear that.
Just send it to me, man. Just send it to me, Dub, and I'll take it.
It's on the way, BVO.
Everybody on here just said, let's run it. So if Ryan loses, you'll get $100 from me. I'll get your cash app. If he wins, I'll give you the cash app and you send me $100. Anyways, now what I was saying is this, okay? First off, Ryan was on record saying that he had 0% bargaining with this. He had to take the 136. He had to take the rehydration clause, or Tank wouldn't fight him. Secondly, Tank is on record, and I can pull up multiple videos where he said, yeah, Ryan's an idiot. He just kept saying yes to everything that we said. We said, meet me at 136. He said yes. We said there's going to be a rehydration clause. He said yes. Don't be mad at me that you were weight drained. You're the idiot that took it. That's literally what came out of his mouth. But they did everything they could to make Ryan his weakest. Now, number two, I disagree with you, McQueen, about it was the lead hand control, because when you're weight drained, first off, BVO, have you ever seen Ryan look that slow when he's throwing his punches?
Never.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Never.
He looked lethargic. He looked slow, sluggish. He looked horrible. He was weight drained.
You locked in, Dub. You locked in, Dub. Just let you know you locked in.
Hey, the money there, right, BVO?
Yeah, you locked in, Sonny. So I got you, man.
Ain't nothing about Ryan in that daggone fight look weight drained to me. No, ain't nothing about Ryan look weight drained. If you want to say somebody like that look weight drained, we can go look at Earl Spence.
Nah, hold on, real quick. Before we make that jump, we can all agree Ryan Garcia was weight drained in that fight. We can all agree on that.
Yeah,
I can't agree to that. Hold on,
did you look at him? Listen. All I'm saying is this. Hold on. All I'm saying is we understand Ryan Garcia, the man, respectfully, he ain't fought at 35, hell, 36. See, he fought.
He never fought at 35.
It was 2 or 3 fights that he had at some weird ass catch weights because he wasn't able to make the weight.
He was at 137. He was at 138.
That's what I'm saying. Weird ass catch weights. That's why we agree. We agree. So all I'm saying is for them to say either make this weight right here or we'll let you get 1 pound, 36 with a rehydration clause. Ryan Garcia can fight at 47 right now easily. Devin can fight. These some big. They're not small. And
these
so
are welterweights. Yeah, these are welterweights.
But see, everybody want to sit here and talk about this damn rehydration clause. And I told y'all a long time ago. Fighters get rehydration clause.
I got you, but that ain't the argument.
Is when somebody like Ryan.
But that ain't the argument. That ain't the argument. The argument is. Hold on, D3. No, I'm agreeing with you. Hold on, I'm agreeing with you. This happens. This happens on a regular basis. I ain't. Weight clauses are out there on a regular basis. I'm not disagreeing. All I'm saying is that at the end of the day, regardless if it's been done or if it's not been done, is putting the fighter at a disadvantage. And in this situation, Ryan Garcia was at a disadvantage against Tank Davis. That's a fact.
Move your big ass up.
This is not done all the time. This is not done all the time.
Yes,
See,
yes, it
no,
is.
no, no, no.
Yes,
Let me finish, D. Let me finish, D. The rehydration clauses that you're talking about that are done all the time are at the weight classes that the fighters fight at.
Done all the time.
No, 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 no. Let me finish. No, let me finish. Let me finish. What's not done all the time is dragging a fighter down to a lower weight class and then putting a rehydration clause on them. Those double dipping is not done all the time.
Adrian Broner, hold on one second. Adrian Broner did that to Sean Porter, so that's kind of common.
It's rare. No, it's not. It's very rare.
No, he did.
He didn't drag Ryan down to a weight class. Ryan was the one that wanted to fight him.
Exactly.
He wasn't the one going out there saying, "I want to fight you, Ryan." Ryan said, "I want to fight you, Tank."
Let me ask you a question.
He gave Ryan the A side the first time they were supposed to fight. Ryan pulled out. So it's Ryan's fault that he had to go down to 136. He was the A side.
The first time they would have fought, Ryan was still at 135 and the fight would have been at 135.
He was the A side. He could have been at 135 this time too, and it wouldn't have been no rehydration clause. He said it.
How was Ryan the A side? How was Ryan the A side when the zone wasn't even in control of the first fight?
That because Tank gave it up. Tank said you can have the A side. What are you talking about? It's been reports all over. Tank said you can have the A side.
When did Tank ever sign a contract to fight on the zone?
Listen what I just said. Tank said you can have the A side. I just want to beat your ass.
Right. So let me ask you. Let me ask you again. Let me be very clear with what I'm asking. I don't give a fuck about lip service. When did Tank? Let me finish.
You don't have to finish. I know what you about to say. We don't know if he was going to sign. If he was going to sign with the zone because Ryan pulled out. We don't know.
How do you pull out of a fight? How do you pull out of a fight that's not even done on contract?
He pulled out of negotiations. I think that's what he said.
They said the fight was going to be made. Ryan said like 2 days later, "Oh, I'm going to fight Manny Pacquiao," and he pulled out of the fight. What are you talking about?
That was Oscar though. That was Oscar free. That wasn't Ryan.
I'm going to ask this question again. I'm going to ask you this question again. I'm going to ask this question again.
Let me do this real quick. Hold
on, BVO. I'm going to ask this question again. When was the fight that Ryan allegedly pulled out of ever signed?
Okay, so did Bud Crawford pull out of the fight with Earl Spence?
No.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He didn't walk away from the negotiation table?
Were they bullshitting him and he took another fight in the meantime? Yes.
So
I think he bullshitted them.
He pulled out of the fight.
But let me hold on. Hold on, bro. Come on, bro. Let me ask McQueen something real quick. McQueen, I want to ask you.
Before you ask McQueen, defer afterwards to Judah, because Judah been in here, he ain't said nothing.
Oh, that's right. My brother Judah Ben. Hey, Judah Ben, let me ask you a question, man. I forgot my man was in here. Hey, Judah, let me ask you a quick question, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you from St. Louis, right?
I'm from East St. Louis. It's the difference.
Oh, you say you in Indiana? Okay.
This nigga.
I'm in Illinois, right? In Illinois?
Yeah.
Okay. So that being said, so what do you think about what's going on in St. Louis, man, as far as the gun violence? Is that something that's always been that way? Or that's just something that's just starting to happen?
Man, go on and ask Am McQueen the question you was gonna ask him, man. Go on, man. You gonna bullshit with my boy like that.
Go ahead. No, answer the question. Judah Ben, that's a real question. Go ahead.
It's pretty much always been like that. Like as far as St. Louis, like East St. Louis been like that too. But East St. Louis is more. The people in East St. Louis are more. They more down to earth. They more cool. Whenever it's situations like that in East St. Louis, primarily people go to.
Oh, you got a lot of car noise, Prize. 1 second. Put yourself on mute till you talk.
I got car noise?
Yeah, you got a lot of car noise.
All right, I'll jump in the chat then.
All right, cool.
I'll just listen in for now.
Go ahead, Judah Ben. My bad. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, as far as East St. Louis, like, whenever it's, like, situations like that, like, it's primarily people who know each other who got into, like, a little scuffle or something, and You know what I'm saying? It'd be like personal when it's East St. Louis. Like East St. Louis ain't niggas out here in St. Louis just wilding for no fucking reason. Like cats in East St. Louis, like it's wild, but it's like it's able to be tamed. Like you feel me? Like if it's an altercation, like somebody we all know each other, like it's a reason why something happened in East St. Louis.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the reason I ask you that is because for me, being from Cleveland, when I used to go down to St. Louis, with my grandma on the church bus, I always used to wonder, like, it seemed like when you get to St. Louis, man, it's feel like more like the South than the Midwest. Does that feel that same way to you or not really?
It's somewhat, but one thing you got to know about St. Louis copy a lot of other cities from the South anyway, and they try to take on like they coaches and shit. That's one thing I've learned living in St. Louis. That's what they do. Like St. Louis take bits and pieces from southern cities like Atlanta and places like that, and they try to incorporate their own coaches and shit from other cities and stuff like that. But I mean, St. Louis is okay, but when my lease is up, I'm getting the fuck up out of here.
Hey, that nigga, what's her name from East St. Louis? That nigga, what's his name? Smoke on the Knuckleheads podcast show. He played for the Clippers. Yeah, he played for the Clippers. He from East St. Louis.
Quentin Richardson.
Yo, I went to elementary with LaFonso Ellis' son. We still cool. He playing over in China right now.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I bring that up is because I think, man, what's going on in St. Louis, man, it's like a genocide, bro. I don't know. We don't talk about it much, but I use that opportunity to kind of bring it up and say, man, what we see in St. Louis, man, I don't think it's ever been this bad. I mean, I'm talking about like you can barely walk down the street, man. It's bad out there.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like, and I mean, like, North Side is fucking Iraq, nigga. Like,
yeah, Baghdad.
North Side crazy. Like these niggas in North Side just offer niggas just because they woke up type shit.
So let me clear up what I said. Darius Miles is from East St.
Oh,
Your boy
Darius
Quentin
Miles.
Richards is from Chicago.
Oh, that's right. He's from Chi-Town. I must go.
Y'all have a good night. Thanks for letting me on.
Take care, man.
My brother, that's a couple years older than me. He went to school with Darius Miles. They was both seniors. But my brother didn't play ball, but like he was cool with Darius. He used to like in his off season, he'll still come down and like he'll hoop at the high school he went to. Like, like Darius Miles was probably one of the most down to earth niggas in sports I ever met.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact, dog. Everybody who knows him can attest.
In the hood, he was in the hood every chance he got.
I don't know why, but that sounds about right.
Because I'm telling you, when you from East St. Louis and you got the city like that, they not gonna fuck with you.
Well, they tried to kidnap LeBron in Akron, so.
But see,
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. They tried to kidnap LeBron.
That's Akron. Niggas in East St. Louis ain't like that. Like niggas from East St. Louis, it's like we not too fond of like being famous and shit. Like we just look at motherfuckers like they normal people.
Yeah.
Like, it was just cool like that. With like that nigga he'll pull up on State Street. That's the main street with a high school. He'll pull up on State Street in his brand new trucks and shit. Like on 22s, 24s, motherfuckers just dapping them up, showing love. Like they weren't trying to rob them or nothing like that. Like
no, you can't do that in Cleveland, no. But hey, back to boxing. Let me ask you this real quick and clean, man. I want to know, man, who is your favorite fighter in boxing right now?
Edward Vasquez. That's my guy.
Okay.
Edward Vasquez at 130.
Yeah, you know it's kind of it's funny, man. I want to see him and Foster fight. Who you think will win in that fight?
Shit, I thought he won the first time.
You thought so?
Yeah.
Osaki whooped his ass.
Yo, but who y'all think?
Edward Vasquez never fought Osaki.
I mean, I'm saying, I think Osaki will whoop his ass.
Whoop whose ass?
What y'all think of Raymond Ford calling out Foster?
Oh, that's just all publicity, man. Osaki beat the brakes off him.
Raymond Ford said he's going to 30.
He'll get beat to death. What you guys think about that?
You think so? Raymond Ford pretty nice.
Who you got in that fight, Tommy and D3?
You said Raymond Ford and Oshaki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a close fight. I could see it going either way. I think Raymond Ford got a little more power than Oshaki. So that could play a part in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come down to who's more disciplined and who's going to stick to the game plan and who's going to impose their will on the other fighter. Because I can see it going either way. Both of those guys are good fighters. I don't take away nothing from neither one of those guys. They both, especially when we saw what they did, what Raymond Ford did in his last fight, and what Oshaki did in the fight before the last one. So they both pull out a similar victory. Raymond Ford got the knockout. Oshaki got the knockout in the fight before the last, and they both was losing that fight.
Well, I want to ask you guys about a fight I've been reading a lot about. Mongoose. Why you think the Mongoose is not known as one of the greatest of all time? I feel like he don't get enough credit, man. He don't get enough credit.
I think it's about Archie Moore.
Archie Moore, the Mongoose, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like why is Archie Moore and Roy Jones Jr. not in the all-time great conversation? I want to hear from you guys on that.
Roy Jones Jr. is in the conversation of all-time greats.
Yeah, I'll say every top 5 best boxers, they always mention Roy Jones to me.
Yeah, Roy Jones is considered as one of the all-time greats. Archie Moore, the reason why Archie Moore is not considered in that conversation is because he was fighting during a time where there was a lot of great fighters, and so he got overshined by a lot of other fighters. He's still a legend. He's just not considered as one of
They
the
was freezing him out. Well, you got to remember the mob controlled boxing back then, so it wasn't that it was a lot of great fighters. He could never get a shot because he wasn't part of the mob.
I mean, yeah, he didn't get a shot, but that's why I say when it comes to when I do my pound for pound, that's why I don't include accolades, because some fighters get opportunities.
I agree with what he said. While he phased out, man, I don't think that certain people get more opportunities and take advantage of the opportunities that's presented to them than the others. And it should be what's going on inside the ring, and who masters the skill of boxing the best. For me, that's how I always gauge a pound for pound.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, that's why I was saying I don't say in my pound for pound, because some fighters get opportunities that other fighters don't get.
Yeah, I mean, and the reason I bring that up is because when I think about Archie Moore, I feel like when you talk about like a guy like a Teofimo Lopez, they're very similar. These guys don't get any credit, and they do all the work. You hear Devin Haney getting credit for beating a guy that Josh Taylor beat to death. So I'm just wondering, like, is boxing a popularity contest? What you guys think?
Of course.
Yes, exactly. Because you got those same niggas giving Devin credit for he getting ready to fight Ryan Garcia, somebody who Tank just knocked out.
But let me ask you guys, did you guys remember, and I'm asking Queen and Thomas this, you guys remember when Bill Haney was calling that fight between Tank and Ryan a travesty, a sideshow? But when he's fighting Ryan, it's a big time fight. Is that what is that? Is that double talking, or what is that?
The double standards of boxing.
I mean, that's why I brought that up when we was talking about this fight a couple of days ago. I said when they were saying this was a exhibition and then a sideshow and all that, I was like, well, if you look at the build up for Tank and Ryan, and then you look at the build up for Devin and Ryan, this looked more like a sideshow or an exhibition than the Tank and Ryan fight does.
I would say that too, man. But I guess the thing that I'm always kind of confused on, Tommy, is that why is it so much like brother against brother, where like you were saying with Al Heyman? I feel like people celebrate Al Heyman's demise. Is that me that, or am I overstating that? Because I hear in my comments, I hear Al Heyman, F Al Heyman, TBC's going broke. Like, you should see the comments, man. All people say is that PBC's going broke. Is that true, Thomas?
But yo, I was talking about that in one of my videos. I was saying it's funny how when Errol was getting ready to fight Bud, it was all love for Al Heyman. It was Al Heyman this, Al Heyman's the greatest. He managed all these different people. But then when it come to Tank, it's like PBC going broke. Al Heyman is MIA. Like I say, the double standard, son. When it come to people's favorite boxers.
What is the name of that daggone new show that Amazon Prime is putting out? Is it Behind the Hands or something like that?
Gloves off. The gloves off.
Yeah, the gloves
The
off.
gloves off. Yeah, that's what it is. Gloves off. It's like 24/7.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, Amazon Prime is buying into this whole boxing situation because they putting that Amazon Prime ain't never had no show like that before they started with the TBC.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
And this is for anybody. What series came first? All Access or Blood, Sweat, and Tears?
All Access.
All Access.
Who was that affiliated with?
HBO.
Floyd and Al.
And Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that Al and the people that he deal with usually are breakthrough with some of the things that they bring towards the sport of boxing, some of the things that they use to, some of the vehicles and methods that they use to promote the sport of boxing. I never ever seen the PBC struggle. I've never seen them struggle to provide their fighters with a better way of life and a more opportunity to thrive in the ring. So it's usually the fighter who delays anything with the PBC and not the company. So for them to be given an ascription to anything derogatory is on negligence of us as fans because we don't know what we're speaking about. That being the case, I'm not here to throw dirt on any promotional company. All of them are good for one another to help them all countermeasure and elevate their craft, their brand. So we need them because we don't want a monopoly. And I think that's the reason why the people have been on this campaign to smear Al and to target him, because when it comes to generating money, nobody does it better. See, they can sing that song over there at the PBC because they put the big money events on. They're commanding the money. They're getting.
Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, they're commanding fighters from other promotional companies to co-venture their way to see why everybody's so happy. Why everybody coming over here and doing it big? So that being the case, I would say that people are seeking out of negligence and also ignorance. And you know what, man? You know, it's okay to be both. But what you want to do is identify it so that you can go on and fix the situation so that you won't have the ignorance or the negligence so that you can speak according to fact. That's the one thing that I like about certain individuals here in the YouTube streets, man. Some people align themselves with the facts and they run with that, and that's it. And then other people run with propaganda. Other people run with like false narratives, and other people run with their perception of things. So going back to the question that was asked to me and Ant, I'm gonna say this: a fight can be viewed an exhibition by one fighter fighting this fighter, and then it can be viewed as the greatest thing because of two things: perception and circumstance. The circumstances may be different for this fighter, so therefore they can justify saying that it's a what's the name, because they can feel like, well, they're turning down this, or they're not actually going after the big fights. They're just concerned with money, whereas this person who's going after a quote unquote big fight and concerned with money is getting this person also a bag. But now this person comes over and fights this person, the perception changes because now we get a chance to get a bag and we get a chance to test our metal, as was stated when he said, now we got somebody going against somebody their own size, close to the same speed level, and close to the same skill set. So it's more of a challenge. So yeah, it becomes a bigger fight for that other person because this is somebody we really can test ourselves against. And it also becomes a more viable fight economically because now we got somebody that we finally can pull in and bring more money to the situation or the table than us. And that's why it is that way. And the last thing is because it's hate, bro. And it is used oftentimes to generate the dislike or the like of an event or a person or a place or thing. So that's why they combine like that to say that for this side, it's a great fight, and that side, it wasn't. Because they're trying to say that to build their brand. And that's it, and that's all, man. And I ain't mad at them for doing that because we got people wanting to tune in to see the fight. I want to see the fight. Because I want to see if Dev is really Dev that they said he is. I want to see if Ryan really is the Ryan he say he is.
I'm gonna
My
tell you
bad.
right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't too pressed to buy this damn fight because they still haven't told me what the goddamn undercard is. So
That's a fact.
we still don't know who else is fighting on this goddamn card. But to go back to what the original question was, the thing is they keep saying PBC is going broke, but the last time I checked, the PBC doesn't pay those damn fighters that they got. It's the network that pays those fighters. So how is the PBC going broke? They don't pay for those events. It's the network.
Yeah, that's a fact.
PBC is giving out 1.5 guarantees, giving out 2 million guarantees. Only time you see somebody get a real big guarantee is because the network is putting up a lot of money for that fight. That's the only time you see somebody get a real big guarantee. Other than that, they're getting like 1.2, 700,000, 500,000 guarantees. So how is the PBC going broke when they ain't putting no money up for no fight?
They did put money up for Canelo though. That I know for a fact.
Yeah,
They
because
put
the
that in
network gave
escrow.
them a big ass guarantee. The network gave them a big ass guarantee. Like he got a contract to fight on PBC 35 million, and then he had one fight. He had one fight, and then they canceled that contract because Canelo left, and he came back.
Oh, that's right.
To
That
fight.
cancer is cancer. You right. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
he came back to fight Jaime
He a
McGill,
fool, man.
and he got another 35 million for that fight. So it's the network giving the money for that fight. It's not PBC. PBC is just bringing in profit because outside of a couple of fights, they getting back the back end money is coming in full forward.
Well, I want to ask you guys this last question before we get out of here. Do you guys think the boxers should make less money and we would get better fights? Because I feel like just like in a lot of sports, the product is garbage because the guys are making more money. Do the fighters need to go back to struggling to pay their rent for us to get the big fights again? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you start this one out, Tommy. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna defer. I had to handle something right quick. I'll come back later
Oh,
on.
okay.
I mean, it depends because it depends on if the fighters want to fight. Yeah, they getting big money, but if it's a fight that the fans want to see, they're gonna get big money anyway. Just like the Ryan and Tank Davis, everybody wanted to see that fight. That's why that fight generated over $100 million in revenue. So yeah, these guys are asking for big money, but if it's a fight that everybody want to see, they're going to generate a lot of money. Like the Devin Haney and Tank Davis fight, everybody's talking about they want to see it. It might not do the numbers of Ryan Garcia, but it's going to do good numbers. It probably do somewhere between 700,000 and 800,000 pay-per-view buys. It might not do the 1.2 million because they fighting to the same fan base. But I think it'll do somewhere like Bud and Earl did because they fighting towards the same fan base. Bud and Earl did 700,000, 650 pay-per-view buys. I think Devin and Tank would do roughly the same amount, if not a little bit more. I don't think it would do what Ryan and Tank did because it was two different fan bases. It was the Mexican fan base and it was the African American fan base. But if you putting on the fights that everybody wants to see, you putting on the Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney, Shakur versus Tank, Tank versus Devin, T.O. versus Tank, T.O. versus Devin. I think those are due good amount pay-per-views, and they you don't have to worry about these fighters getting big guarantees because the fight going to pay for itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's these fighters that want big guarantees and they fighting daggone a bunch of nobodies that don't nobody know. Like you got Shakur Stevenson fight Yoshino. Now if Shakur Stevenson said he wanted $10 million to fight Yoshino, they were like, man, what the hell? Don't nobody even know who that is. Nobody knew who Yoshino was. All we heard was he knocked out Nakatami. But ain't nobody know who he was. We just heard that's somebody looked up box records saw, or you might have had one or two people that saw that fight and said, "Oh yeah, he did fight Nakatami. He knocked him out." But everybody else looked up box records to see who he was and saw that he knocked out Nakatami. Well, ain't nobody know who Yoshino was. So it all depends on if these fighters are fighting the fights that the fans want to see. That's why I don't complain about the Tank Davis fights. If it's a fight that I don't want to see, I'm not watching it. I don't complain about it because the fans are still buying it. So we know they buying it to see Tank Davis knock somebody out. It might be a few people watching it to see if Tank Davis is going to get beat. But most people watching to see Tank Davis knock somebody out.
Hey, Judah Ben, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, go on and handle that one now.
Like what was the main question?
Oh, let me read this comment real quick. It said, Al Heyman and PBC are going broke. I heard what Rick Glacier said.
Rick Glacier lied multiple times. I bet you, if you listen to everything Rick Glacier say, stop putting money on whatever he says. See how much money you make. See how much money you make.
Wasn't he the same?
I guarantee you go broke before PBC do.
Wasn't Rick Glacier the same nigga who said Canelo wasn't going to sign with the PBC and he came out with a PBC fight?
Right.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, you go ahead and listen to Rick Glacier. Put money on everything Rick Glacier say. I guarantee you lose money. You go broke before PBC do.
Exactly.
I never knew how powerful Rick Glacier's voice is, man. That brother, we gotta get him on the show, man.
That man don't like Al Heyman because Al Heyman fired him. And ever since then, that nigga been talking bad about PBC since then. He ain't say nothing bad about PBC when he was working with him. It was once he got fired.
Yeah, Judah. The question was this: if fighters wasn't getting paid so much, they took less money, made less money, will we be getting better fights? Do you think it's a problem with the way that the fighters are expecting and demanding more money than what the fight probably is worth?
I mean, to some degree, it could be possible. It could be true, but I mean, I don't really think it would really change much because at the end of the day, like most of these niggas want to fight each other anyway. Like a lot of these boxers got history. They fought in the amateurs before. A lot of niggas want to get back. Let's just like with Ryan Garcia and Devin. They 3-3 in the amateurs. They both keep saying this the tiebreaker. Like a lot, like I say, it could be true for some fighters, but I don't think it would necessarily change the whole dynamic of the sport right now, as far as money wise. Like I still think fights to get made. Now, to some fighters, yeah, I do believe it's some fighters that do they on their high horse, and you know they think that they above certain fighters because of their pay grade, but it's only like a handful you can think of to me that I can say who will really do that. But as far as like as a whole, I think it'll really change. It'll because like I said, I mean that's what these cats do. Like it's their life. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, they they want to put on the big shows. They want to put on the legacy fights. I don't really think.
I don't know how many fights Frank Martin got, but I don't know if Tank is a hype job. That's kind of harsh. I wouldn't say he a hype job.
Frank he 17 to 18 fights in, something like that.
He got 20. He got 20 fights. Oh no, I'm sorry. He got 18. He 18-0 with 12 knockouts.
Yeah, 12 knockouts.
Yeah,
You talking
18-0
about
with 12
Tank Davis?
knockouts. He's not going to beat Tank Davis, but the main reason why he's getting this fight with Tank Davis is because he's the number 1 contender in the WBA.
Exactly.
I thought he was number 3.
He beat Michelle Rivera and became the number 1 contender. He's been the number 1 contender for over a year now. I think it's about almost 2 years. He's been the number 1 contender. So he was actually due for this fight when Tank Davis was quote unquote the regular champion. He was supposed to be the next mandatory, but Tank Davis had just fought a mandatory when he fought Rolly Romero. So he wasn't due for another mandatory. And so that's the main reason why he's getting this fight, is because he is the number 1 contender in the WBA.
He said.
Yo, while you over there laughing and reading them comments, bro, I want to say one thing really, really particularly clear to the book. Both of them just said, yo, for anybody to discredit, first and foremost, going with D just said, Frank Martin, he is the only fighter that is ranked in the top 10 in all 4 sanctioning bodies. The only fighter.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So that has to hold some credence to whatever he say. He is also a quote unquote not a slow, flat-footed Mexican fighter whom Tank would never fight.
And Frank is definitely not a hype job.
And definitely not a hype job. He earned like Free said, he beat the sheep dip out of Ali Rivera or whatever his name is.
He beat him to death, man.
So
he knocked out Moraines, who Rolly barely.
He lost to him. See, I don't have a problem saying anybody lost to another person. Moraines beat Rolly. They gave Rolly the fight. Maxie Hughes beat Scambosis. They gave Scambosis the fight. You know what I'm saying? There are many times when you do that. So yeah, you can go on and say he really beat him. He really did beat him. He beat Rolly.
Yeah.
So you ain't gotta sugarcoat it. Say what it is, Judah.
Well, Jackson definitely beat Rolly. I don't know if y'all seen that fight with Jackson. He beat the dog out of Rolly.
That old man was winning. He was starting to lose, though. I will say he was starting to lose, but he was winning the fight though on rounds.
I might be wrong in this, but I think Rolly gonna get stopped versus Pitbull.
Big hat, big watch, Barroso. But Judah was right about the fights as far as like money and how it's proportioned out and what people, because it's mostly ego and how people feel their worth is. Well, if this Mickey Fricky is getting this, then I should definitely be getting at least this. So yeah, that plays a part. But see, this is the thing. Not every fight is a pay-per-view fight. And not every system works the way that other people's system. Other people, they have a system, a business model in place. They have a business model in place here. Over at this one is a business model in place, and then there's a business model in place right here. Throughout the age of time, promoters have been flipping it so that they get the lion's share of the money, and the fighter who people are coming to see are not getting that.
Mm-hmm.
And until there is a universal system with how the fighters are being paid out, then there will be this dichotomy, this schism that exists with the fights that should be made and the fights we get, because people are always trying to put the money in their pockets. They're not trying to put money in somebody else's pocket. So if your pocket don't be tied along to the Golden Boy banner, the Matchroom banner, the Top Rank banner, or the PBC banner, then we're not trying to get you bread, especially when our fighter is bringing the people to see the fight. So if we want it to be more universal with the fights we get to see, then the sanctioning bodies got to first stop allowing Mickey Frickies to duck, stop allowing Mickey Frickies to cheat, and stop allowing Mickey Frickies to fight midgets or people that's much smaller than them. They got to stop allowing for gloves to be tainted with, nutrition to be used that can't be used here and there. And then likewise, they got to start saying there needs to be a body collected together that will say, look, yo, we got to hold these people accountable, these people accountable, these people accountable. And then we need somebody to hold us accountable so that we can hold the sport accountable to give us the best product. And if that ain't going to happen, then we're going to continue to see what we see, because unfortunately, the cash rules everything around us. And that ain't gonna never stop. That's gonna always be a hit song, and it's always gonna be the way of life, because people love the bread and they want to make sure the bread stays with them. And when you got,
I ain't gonna lie, Tom. You need to use some orange juice, man. You was just preaching, bro. You gotta get you orange.
No, go ahead, decent.
I was gonna say that's the reason why David Benavidez is on the undercard as a co-main, because he did a pay-per-view with Boo Boo as the headliner, and it didn't do so well. They were like, "Well, you're not no pay-per-view star. We got to put you under Tank Davis and build your name up, because right now you're not a pay-per-view star." So they tried it and it didn't work out. They said, "Okay, we can't do that no more." So
same way they did with Adrian Broner back in the day with the Charlos and Tank. Same thing they did with AB.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah.
A lot of them guys roll AB's way.
That was a dope ass card when Tank fought Quick.
Yeah, and see that, and that's the thing. That's what I was trying to tell a lot of people. Everybody was telling me, "Oh, he's going to fight Boo Boo because he wants the big money." I'm like, dog, Boo Boo is not a big name like that. Y'all keep saying Boo Boo is a big name because y'all know who he is. He's not a big name like that. I said David Morrell, he got about as many fan base, about a bigger fan base as Boo Boo. They about the same. He's not known like that. And I think David Benavidez would probably have did more pay-per-view numbers with David Morrell than he did with Boo Boo, because Boo Boo didn't look that well when he fought DeMar Mickelson the fight before that. He didn't look that good. And then you put him in there with David Benavidez. Don't nobody really know who Boo Boo is. Only the die-hard boxing fans know who Boo Boo is. David Morrell name is a little. Me personally, I believe David Morrell name is Boo Boo's at this point right now. Me personally.
You haven't said not one untrue word, bro. Keep on preaching. You telling the gospel truth.
He was building his fan base over there in Minnesota, and he's already Cuban, so he's going to have the Cuban fan base behind him. He's going to have that Minnesota fan base behind him. And then you got David Benavidez, who's a Mexican, American-Mexican star, what they like to say. He got the Americans behind him, and he got Mexican fan base behind him. That's gonna be a bigger fight. I believe it's gonna be a bigger fight than Boo Boo versus David Benavidez.
Hell yeah.
Hey, are you about to go on and cook, Judah? I got something to say afterwards, though.
No, I was just gonna say pretty much what D Free just said. Like, it's kind of sad too, because Andre never really got the praise he should have deserved, because Andre been putting in work for years and ain't really got the recognition.
No, he took the money, Judah. He took the money, so I don't want to hear that shit.
He definitely took the money. He could have went a different route, but he definitely put in work. I ain't gonna fault him for the work he put in, but he did go across the street when he should have went right. He should have went directly next door and started doing his thing. But that being said, also he went into that ring. Oh, go ahead. My bad, Judy. Go ahead and finish. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say, because he did have a fight lined up with Jamel and Jamal both, didn't he? Or was it just Jamel?
No, he ducked Jamel. He ducked Jamel the week of the fight.
No, they was him and Jamal was talking, and they was talking about having a fight between them two, but it never materialized.
Yeah, you know he'll lead a fight the week of the fight, man. He's a piece of garbage, man.
He had a fight lined up for Jamel, but Andre backed out at the last minute.
Yeah, he backed out
Yeah,
7 days before the fight.
yeah. Andre's a piece of
He
poop,
kind of
man.
did. He kind of did tamper with his own career like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
and
word. Hey, if your word ain't shit, you ain't got nothing.
I don't knock him, but it kind of hindered his career because everybody wanted to see that fight. But I don't knock him for the reason why he did it because his manager stole his money, and so I don't knock him for the reason why he did it. But at the same token, you hurt your career at by doing what you did because everybody was waiting to see that fight. They had already paid their money to go see that fight, and they end up having to cancel the whole card. They end up
Hey, let
having to
me ask
cancel
you
the whole
guys
card.
this. Oh damn, we getting the boot?
No, I hit the wrong thing. My bad.
Okay. Let me ask you guys this, man.
Go
Do you
ahead.
guys like chicken? No, I'm being dead. I'm
Yeah,
being dead ass, dog. Y'all like chicken, fried chicken.
Yeah.
What
What?
nigga don't like fried chicken?
I know. Now, what's your favorite? Would you rather have chicken from Popeyes or KFC?
Neither
me
one.
personally, I like KFC. I don't really like Popeyes like that.
Okay, I'll say it this way. Would you rather have your own mama's home cooked recipe, or would you rather go over to Billy's mom's and have some of her fried chicken?
Well, I need my mama's fried chicken.
See, we be going over there to get the chicken with Billy's mom and Billy's dad instead of going over to our own people's and getting that good cooked seasoned chicken that got the damn brown paper bag with the freaking grease stain on that bad boy that's shaking up and whatnot. And that's what my man did. Now going back to what I was about to say was like, you know, Boo Boo and all these other people, you know, he came into the ring at 196. If you seriously trying to compete, you never been over 160 in your career. Why would you go in the ring against a bad dude that's that's 168, but you know it's bigger, but because you want to be big enough to give him opposition and be at 196. Mickey Freaky ain't never seen that way before.
He was that big in that fight?
Yeah.
I thought he looked huge. I didn't know he was
Yeah,
that big.
that nigga
Dang.
booty. That's why he looked good for the first couple of rounds. But that's wore off. He was out of shape. And then he got caught. And when that nigga hit him with that straight right, oh my God, dog, you saw it on his face. The nigga looked like he been in a fight. But that being the case, the thing I want to applaud Benavidez, he didn't have an ego. You know what I'm saying? He found out that, hey, I didn't bring the star power or the draw that I thought I could. I was riding a wave of where I looked good against a lot of good fighters who've been on big stages, and then I put myself out there and I didn't get it. He didn't have a little ego trip. The nigga said, you know what? It would be better for me, and this is the brilliance of the quote unquote broke Mickey Fricky that's running PBC. For me to be on a fight on a card that's gonna have all the eyes on it. Matter of fact, not only will I be on there, but the nigga that they say I'm ducking from is gonna be there. Oh, and then the other nigga that's in my division or close to it, he's gonna be on there. So that means we got a chance to over there and interact, and people get to see what he can do and I can do, and maybe they might want to say, hey, look, let's put these two niggas in the ring.
Hey, you know, Morale's gonna beat the sleeves off of Boo, man.
And you know, Benavidez is gonna do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, and that's the genius, and that's the genius of the Mickey Fricky that's running a company and running boxing into the ground.
Right. But and what they don't understand, Tommy, is this nigga, he been doing this for 30, 40 some years almost.
Talk about it. And if you're talking about, he been doing it in other ventures as well too, other genres as well too, other entertainment fields as well, man. The dude is. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all cook.
You got Drake talking about Al Heyman checks. You got Bobby Brown saying Al Heyman spoiled me rotten. You got Michael Jackson saying Al Heyman spoiled me rotten. I don't know. You know what's so funny? It's like Al Heyman is the better version of Don King. You know, because Don King, don't get me wrong, Don King give you what you want, but he gonna charge you double and triple for it. But he gonna give you what you want, and he never says no. So
I would say he's the more honest version of Don King. Don King wasn't honest, and I don't know if his business was all the way on the honest tip, but what he was able to do, having nobody since Don King done that, excluding Al Heyman.
Yeah,
And we going over there to
Heyman's
people.
copying Don. Yeah.
We going over there who don't got the damn brown bag that got the grease stains on there to get our chicken. We going other way, and people celebrating that ish, man. And I don't rock like that. I go where the food is good. Where the chicken always gonna be good between me and you. So that's where I'm gonna go. Like the damn song said, I want to go where everybody know my name and they always glad I'm came.
You know, my bad, Judah. Let me just say this real quick. I'll let you go. You know what it remind me of? You guys ever see like a black guy with a white girl? He's still gonna be the same nigga you always knew. But if you ever see a black girl with a white dude, she gonna be a whole different person. So the thing I will say,
be changing
go ahead.
too.
Say it one more time.
I don't know. Some of them niggas be changing too a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not as often as you see with the sisters, like, man.
As far as with the sisters, yeah, they become a whole completely different motherfucker.
And you know, a nigga get a white girl, he gonna become even more niggerish that he got a white girl. Exactly. So the thing I'll say is, I feel like Al Heyman is the black dude with the white girl. They don't want to see him with her, and the white girl is boxing. But guess what? She's with him. She's with him. Because let's be honest here, the two biggest fights we want to see, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, Al did it. Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis, Al did it. I mean, Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, Al did it. You know what's funny? Remember when Manny Pacquiao got just absolutely robbed versus what was the guy's name? Jeff Horn.
Oh,
He came to Al Heyman and had 3 of his best fights. I'm talking about financially. You know, he went first. He fought, I think, was it Adrian Broner he fought first? Then he fought Adrian Broner. Then he fought Keith one-time Thurman, beat him. And then he fought Ugas. So it's like, you know what? Everybody seems to be having a second win when they get with Al Heyman. But like my brother Tommy said it best, man. People just don't like Al Heyman's skin tan, man. That's all it is, bro.
You got that corporate complexion.
Yeah, he ain't did nothing to nobody, man. You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever heard Al Heyman's voice. Have you guys?
Nope.
No, D Free has. D Free has.
Oh, D Free has?
Yeah, D Free has.
How you hear Al Heyman speak? You heard Al Heyman speak before?
Yeah, I met Al Heyman before.
Oh wow! Oh, you met it? Wow, that's
I met him. I used to work at the Budweiser Superfest when I was like 14 years old as a summer job, and they introduced me to him and said, "This is the guy that's running this Budweiser Superfest." And he was like, "How you doing, young man?" I was like, "I'm good. I appreciate the opportunity."
Yeah,
that's the most that I ever heard from him.
You know, I've heard about Al Heyman going into the doggone Slimers. That's a sandwich shop in Cleveland, and not even saying nothing. They just know what he wants, and he just get up out of there.
Yo, the nigga said the BBO.
Go ahead.
He said this on your channel, bro. Because we said we never heard him, and he said you actually heard him. He said he sound like Darth Vader or some stuff like that. I forgot what he said. He said he had a deep ass voice and whatnot, and that, you know.
Yeah, his voice is he got that baritone voice.
That is funny, bro. I've never heard Al speak, man.
I've never seen him nor heard him. I think somebody pointed him out at the back of the tunnel one time in one of them fights, but you could barely see his ass though. But I mean, that's how much of a reach he had that you don't hear or see him, but people love the hell out of him, bro.
He was in the tunnel for that Jamal versus Jose Benavidez Jr. fight. I don't know if y'all seen him. He gave Jamal a real big hug at the end. I don't know if y'all seen that. But that was rare. Like, what the hell is Al Heyman doing here?
but you know, I don't know how much longer you gonna roll this. I want to shout out my man Tony's reviews though. I mean, I like when people would different opinions come on, man, and we can all chop it up, man. That's what it's supposed to be about because it's sports talk. Also, shout out to my man, At McQueen, bro. Always a pleasure when he gets up and says anything, man, because the dude is definitely a person who studies his craft, man, and he loves this thing called boxing, man. Always a pleasure being up with my man D Free. And I want to especially shout out my guy Judah Ben for coming up with a bad back, man. You know, he's like Larry Bird out here in these YouTube streets, dog.
He came out here with a bad back.
And still gave you 30, dog. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at him.
Hey, salute to my man Ant McQueen. You know, it's like pulling teeth to get him to talk, but when we get into the talk, man.
Yo, that's what I wanted to ask y'all. Did y'all see that shit with one of Ryan Garcia's homies got jumped by Devin Haney team?
Nah, man, I didn't see that for real.
I didn't see that
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Hospital.
For real. I mean, this is real talk, though.
That big black dude, they jumped him.
Bloodied him up.
Yeah. You remember the big black dude that had his hands trying to put his hands around Bill's throat when they was holding Ryan back?
Yeah, no, I know you talking about the nigga that stood 10 toes down around all them fools.
Yeah,
they really did jump him, though?
Yeah.
Or this not just kind of fake press that they trying to build more press around it so it'd be,
It's on fight hype. It's on fight hype. It's on fight hype.
That got beat up.
Yeah, it's on fight hype, bro. They don't show him getting beat up, but you see they go from one dude to like Planet of the Apes, and you just see him, you know, getting rushed. I mean, so yeah, that was wild. Huh?
Nah, I'm talking to somebody else.
Oh, nah, that was wild, man. But like I said, it's your boy BBO Boxing, man. Salute to my brother, man. My man Tommy Hill, man. One of the best guys on YouTube, man. We getting him to talk too more. Salute to my man Judah Ben, even though he ain't sent me my theme song. Salute to my man D Free, man.
Nigga slacking.
But you know what? Until Judah Ben, you know, look out for the brothers, man. I gotta play this one. And we gone. Peace.
Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the battle? Let's see. Oh, we boxing, yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs, make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BBO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rough. Stepping for the title and facial rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing, yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.